Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 228 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I am your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined, we are your HBCU homeboys. Welcome to another show. We are blessed. We are highly flavored and happy to have you here. And the Braves still numero uno in this thing.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Please go back, if you're listening to the playback, go back and listen to the mic check. We talked about the Braves being, as you heard it, best team in baseball, 22-9 at the point of this recording. The Braves are kicking ass.
And I like to see old boy from the Mets. I don't know what sports show he worked for. I would love to see him melt down about the Mets every day. It brings the dude who lost all the way. I love it. He brings all the joy to my heart every time. I watch the whole meltdown every time.
And I can relate because that's how I am when I watch the Hawks. But y'all know what it is when it comes to episode 228 of the SplashCast. We do HBCU news around the culture, followed by football and basketball. That's a shot back, a call back to our live stream. Go back and watch our live stream of game 2 of the Eastern Conference first round matchup between the Hawks and the Knicks, which we'll talk about in a little bit. We're gonna start right with our HBCU quick hits. We got a bunch of stuff that we're gonna highlight really quickly, and then we'll move on to, because we got a lot of football to talk about. First off, J.R. Smith is set to graduate from HBCU, North Carolina A&T at the age. I ain't talking about his age. At the graduate from North Carolina A&T.
I am gonna say his age. His age is 40. He went back to school when he did not have to. He is infinitely rich. Went back to an HBCU, checkbox number 1. Then went back to an HBCU and just didn't go to be there for a little bit. He went, completed his studies, graduated. Mm-hmm. Great job, JR. Fantastic. I suggest all these athletes, number 1, you go back and get your degree. Make your mama happy. And on the other part, go back to HBCU. He did a great job. He played on the golf team. Fantastic.
But I say that and be extracurricular. He actually immersed himself in the culture, played on the golf team, went to pep rallies, did a documentary about it where he was talking about how he enjoyed going. And, you know, at the end of the day, he did what all HBCU students do. When you get to the end of the road, put your head down, don't make a lot of noise, and get on out. Shout out to you, J.R. Smith, man. That is really, really admirable. Moving on, Jackson State promotes Trey Johnson as its next men's basketball coach. They hired a former star who knows the culture, kept the continuity, which I really like, and brings pro-level development to the program. So, Mo Williams left and went to Kentucky. After coaching at Jackson State, he had an opportunity to go to Division I, which everybody wants to elevate and make more money and go. So he went, but Jackson State, following the rubric, I think most schools should pay attention to the rubric that Jackson State has set. In football, they made the splashy hire, and then they brought in basically the football version of Trey Johnson and TC, who's a former All-American, all-SWAC player, and ended up keeping that program, extending the greatness that they are. And that's what they're looking for with Trey Johnson.
I got to give Jackson State a lot of credit because it is a lot to take on Deion Sanders and become the spectacle that became. And after Deion moved on, at that point, you have to stabilize and continue the program. And everybody can't do that. We see that in a lot of these Power 5 schools where you go up and then 1-2 dominoes move and then you out of there. Or, you could be FAMU and lose Willie Simmons and then everything never looked the same again. So I congratulate Jackson State dealing with everything, taking it in stride, and continue to be able to hold the standard. Great job.
Yeah, man. Trey Johnson, former SWAC Player of the Year, one of the best players in school history. And you're going to hear this common denominator with Bryant Stith as well when we move on, is there's really good pro experience and player development. What I'm interested to see with Trey Johnson is something that I'm interested to see with all HBCUs in this NIL climate. How are you going to keep players from leaving? If you can't keep players from leaving, how are you going to fight to be compensated for them leaving? And then 2 or 3, how are you going to bring players in? I think all of our HBCU athletic departments need to meet and figure out how they are going to almost be a feeder program at this point until you can get adequate funding. Some of the things they talk about when it comes to funding is how there's like a $12 billion gap between HBCU programs and PWI programs. So you've got to figure out a way, as you talk about all the time, Norwood. This is not just a job coaching basketball when you coach at HBCUs.
Oh, absolutely not.
Development. This is player development. This is personal development. This is everything that comes with building a school athletic program that starts off in the red because they don't get adequate funding from the federal government or any other.
And I think the HBCU should band together as a group of schools that have been denied over and over and over the finances they deserve. They should be on the front end of transfer fees. This is what it's going to cost. And if you want my student, we'd be more than happy to send him there. We're going to prepare him academically. We're going to prepare him athletically. I just want a transfer fee. And I think that's fair.
It is fair.
And I think that they need to get together, and that needs to be a hill that they are willing to die on.
Yep. And look to Tennessee State, because they seem to be the most forward thinking when it comes to figuring out funding and protecting their assets. Look at Nolan Smith. He's got extended, as we talked about before, but he's gonna get bought out. But they're gonna get $16 million when you buy him out, though.
Every time. Every time.
I think you need to take that with not only coaches, but also do that with players.
Safeguarding and ensuring your assets. That has to be a thing now. And the Power 5 Power 4, whatever you want to call it, they shouldn't be able to just come in and take whatever they want and then not have to pay what you owe. I developed this player. I got skin in the game. I paid him. You didn't want him. You weren't interested in him. Yeah. It almost, now that you say that, I kind of look back at a guy like Dion. That's what Jackson State should have done with him. Hey, this is what it's going to cost. And you can get him, but it's going to cost.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Tennessee State is for. I think you're going to see that going forward. I wouldn't be surprised if that language is in either one of these contracts. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
And as you know better, you do better. But as y'all see it now, we know it. It's out in the open. We have to take accountability when we're negotiating, putting these things together. Hey, this is what it costs. Yep.
Shout out to Hampton. Hampton hired a new basketball coach, Bryant Stith. Sorry. Former NBA vet with a winning track record. He's 10-year veteran, went to Denver, Boston, and Cleveland. Former ACC Rookie of the Year at Virginia's all-time leading scorer. Won 3 state titles as a high school coach. Had numerous success at many stops in college. This brings
born and raised
of experience.
In Emporia, Virginia, right around the corner. Great job.
Struggle.
Right. Correct.
I think he don't drive fast at all.
Exactly. That's the thing that everybody knows. Hey, there's an Arby's there, and don't drive fast because you'll get pulled over. But yeah, I think that Hampton has actually quietly done a lot in the manner of stepping up their coaches. Van Jones and Bryant Stith are guys who both come with a different type of pedigree than what we've had the last couple of years, last couple stints as far as coaches. These are guys who have proven track records, who are established and coming to HU to do something big. I'm excited.
They all have key recruiting grounds, and everything that we've talked about, especially at Hampton with all these coaches, they highlight is player development, which is something that you can sell when you don't have a lot of money, right? You can sell that we can develop you to get some money.
Right.
So,
and I think that this also, Van Jones is a little different. I think that's his name, Van Jones, the football coach. I think that he plans to stay at Hampton. But Bryant Stith, you the athletic director, got to ask, man, how long do you plan to be here? If you plan to be here for a reason and you want to stay here, you want to be the Hampton coach forever, we can make that happen. If you want to be here for a season and you're looking to go to a different school, then at this point, I'm open to that. Let's be honest. Let's be clear, and let's figure out how we can, get you to where you're trying to get to, and at the same time, improve the basketball situation. That's the biggest thing, is open and honest communication about team goals, personal goals.
Yeah, and then that also, and you got to be honest so that I can draw the contract up right. If you plan on being here for 5 years, then the buyout gonna be the buyout. But if you plan on leaving quickly, then the buyout might be a little higher, right? I need to make sure that we're compensated because we're gonna have to look for a whole new coach. And when you look for new coaches with the new NIL and NCAA rules that have taken effect over the last 3 or 4 years, your team can leave. Look at Tennessee's women's basketball team. The whole team.
Well, I mean, I think that is a more indoctrination. I mean, I think that's more about them not liking that coach at all.
Yeah, but the point is that they can leave. They can leave right then and there and go somewhere else. So, and you can get your whole team picked off. So, at this point, you got to figure out. You got to make sure that you protect yourself. But shout out to Bryant. We're gonna pay attention to Hampton. Devins Jackson, Alabama A&M Coach of the Year for SWAC Coach of the Year for the golf team, men's golf team. He won this because he had immediate improvement. This is his first year as head coach. And he won SWAC Coach of the Year. He took over the program. And although they did finish 6th in the SWAC, they were terrible last year. And they were competitive, and they actually gave some Division I schools everything that they could handle. And he finally got some individual champions as well. Vicente Rodriguez won SWAC individual medalist honors. And then, of course, also had all SWAC level players showing strong player development.
I really appreciate when the coach of the year just doesn't go to the absolute best coach, like the guy who just won the most games or, had the best team, but like taking a team that was not anything and making them competitive. That's coaching. That's stooping down with worn down tools. Let's make it happen. Once you got it running, you're not coach of the year every year. You've recruited and you kind of put yourself in position to be successful. But to take something that's nothing and make it into something, that's coach of the year worthy. Congratulations, Devin Jackson.
Congratulations, man. That's a big deal. So we always report on HBCU sports, whether it's golf, tennis, lacrosse, hockey, swimming. Don't matter. We highlight it all.
Hey, y'all pay that man number one. When y'all go to homecoming, put some money in the golf team bucket. When you in there drinking Hennessy and drinking Crown, put some money over there so that they can continue to be good and they can be better. Y'all got to do y'all part too. That matters just as much.
Yes, sir. But with that being said, we've come to the end of HBCU. You want to just go straight to football, or you want to take a break?
No, we good. We rolling right now.
All right, we're gonna go straight to football, man. Well, so this is our football segment of episode 228 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw. And there's only one thing to talk about when it comes to football, is the NFL draft. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the NFL draft. We're gonna talk about it by, of course, the Falcons, but we're gonna talk about it by division. What? Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about it by division. So we're going to talk about the Falcons first, and then we'll go to the rest of the NFC South is how I have it, I believe. Yeah, and then we'll go to the other places in the draft. Let's start out with the Falcons here. Falcons drafted Avion Terrell first, Zachariah in the second round, Zachariah Branch in the third, Kendall Daniels in the fourth, Ontario Thompson, Harold Perkins in the sixth, and Ethan Onanwa in the seventh. What do you give this overall grade for this draft?
I love this draft. I will give it somewhere between a B plus and an A minus. You want to talk about each player individually or quick hits for the guys who I love?
No, just well, we could talk about the fit of each player individually. That's fine.
We kind of have known for a while about the potential of Avion Terrell joining the Atlanta Falcons. It's been rumored.
It's an AI picture, huh?
Yeah, because the numbers are not right. Because that's definitely AJ Terrell's number, and he's in Avion is 12. They're 12 and 24. But
Avion is light skinned.
Correct. All of the above. But I like this pick. Number one, they talking about he'll be another one of the nickel corners between him and is it Billy Bowman? Bowman. Yeah, I think number one, that shores that spot up. Number two, I think that this is also a AJ Terrell negotiation. We all want AJ Terrell to be a lifetime Falcon. I think that picking his brother is a show of good faith. I think that should, and hopefully, maybe take a little hometown discount since we did him a favor.
Nah, he ain't doing that. But what is I don't know if I give this draft a A. I do like the Avion Terrell Zachariah branch picks for me. The Kendall Daniels picks was interesting. Overall, before we talk about each person or I get to this seems like the theme that Ian Cunningham has said is that he's raising the floor of this team, right? He keeps saying that there was such a drop off from the starters or from the top 22 on each side to where when somebody got hurt, i.e. Divine Diablo, the whole defense just fell apart.
Who is that next guy? We never seen him before.
Right. And we didn't have a lot of options if that next guy didn't work out. Like when JD Bearchan was getting cooked on and Shanahan kept running the same offense over and over again. We've got to be able to swap them out. So I do like that they're raising the floor. They added functional depth to literally every position. Before we go defense, offense, or whatever, we can go Avion Terrell. We just talked about him. I don't think that he's going to be a nickel cornerback long. I think that he'll be there for probably a year, maybe a year and a half. I think they're going to try to put him outside. He's
CB2,
essentially the same size as Mike Hughes, who's 5'11" as well. Now, Avion, apparently the Falcons don't care about all the chatter and everything you see in social media because remember, he hurt his hamstring and ran a 4.76 or 4.64 or something like that, 40-yard dash. And of course, every tape that he has shows that he runs like a 4.3, 4.2.
Right.
So I expect for him to fight for CB2 maybe in his second year, not in his first, because his immediate impact, of course, is going to be nickel and special teams.
And I think that's another benefit is even if he's not at 100% right now, long term, we know that speed is real. We already got Billy will be back. So we'll have enough coverage until both guys are back at 100%. Then you start looking around that secondary and saying, hey, you got a problem. And you got to figure it out. Yeah. Offenses. And I don't know where you throw I don't know where you throw the ball, but it ain't towards Xavier, it ain't towards Jesse, it ain't towards Big Bro, and it ain't towards Lil Bro. I don't know where you find it. Maybe you don't. Maybe we just harass you on defense and whoop your ass. That's what I'd like to see.
That's the goal. So then our second pick of the draft was Zachariah. Well, first off, our first pick of the draft was James Pierce Jr. All charges will be dropped if he completes his stint. So, there's that.
Hey, kid, hold on. Hey, kid, you got lucky. You get lucky one time in life. They control, alt, delete all of your BS. Two things in life that a black man don't get a chance, the black man should never do, especially if you like your freedom. You don't hit women, you don't hit police. Those
allegedly.
Those will get you put way up under the jail where nobody even calls, nobody come to see you, nobody cares about you. And I was going to say a player's name, but hopefully he'll be free in a couple years. But you have been given a second opportunity. You should cherish this second opportunity because many people don't get it. And I'm laughing, but I'm dead fucking serious. And I'm going to be very honest. You were provided this opportunity for what you can do on the football field. If you were not this good in football, it'd be over.
It would be. So That was our first round pick. Second round pick, Avion Terrell. Third round pick, interesting. We were projected to pick him in the second round, Mr. Zachariah Branch, 5'9" receiver out of UGA/USC. Explosive playmaker. I think he was, y'all know how I feel about Bobo. I think he was totally underutilized at both places, USC and UGA. They use him as like a gimmick guy, and I think he's more of a receiver than most people think. But where he's really going to make his immediate impact is return specialist. We have had some of the worst field position when it comes to returning kicks and getting in fumbles. I think the start of the Avalanche against Carolina when we lost 30-0 was a fumble on the kickoff return. I'm excited to see his ability to get yards after the catch and his explosiveness.
I also want to thank the Falcons for doing something that they haven't done in a long time. Don't let the hometown talent get out of the state. Oh, this kid's he's from Atlanta. This is where he grew up. He played at Westlake, who has a proven track record of fantastic athletes. Go get him. Zachariah Branch, he played at Georgia. Go get him. I wish we had started this many moons ago, and maybe the Eagles wouldn't have every UGA football player to ever exist. But better late than never.
Yeah. And shout out to the Falcons for doing their due diligence. I don't know why the Athens Clark County police be on bullshit, but to try to give him a ticket and to arrest Zachariah Branch for impeding the sidewalk because a cop said he was too close to him while he walked by, knowing that the draft is in 2 weeks or is in a week, is disrespectful. And shout out to the Falcons for actually doing their due diligence.
Bro, get the hell out of Athens. I know y'all be training there. You could take your ass right to Atlanta. Nobody's going to care who you are. Or come to Houston. A lot of guys come here in pre-draft training. Do not stay in Athens. Athens is a trap. Y'all know how big and little that city is. Clark County be on bullshit. And if you went there, you know it. And for you to stay there, it's a trap. It's a trap. And you see it every week. Yeah. Somebody locked up for something. Now, a lot of times they did something worth getting locked up for. But if you get your ass out of Athens, I think that it will probably do you a lot of good. And I don't know why I'm saying that to UGA players, but y'all black men, I want to see y'all do better.
Yep. Yep. Now, his run after the catch and speed ability is interesting. What's more interesting about this draft at wide receivers, he's the only one we drafted. We didn't get Ted Hurst, who ended up going to Tampa Bay. And we didn't really sign any undrafted free agents that are going to make some noise at wide receiver. So for me, as much as I like this pick, I don't know if I like it, but it's more telling to me. I don't know if we're actually going to get rid of Kyle Pitts now. Now, I know there's been some rumor that we were going to trade him for some day 2 picks with New England. That probably may not come to fruition unless they plan on doing it next year to get some day 2 picks next year. But with Zachariah Branch being 5'9", and then Drake and Kyle Pitts being 6'4" and 6'6" respectively, I expect for us to keep Kyle Pitts and use him as a red zone target, unicorn type player that we started to last year.
Yeah, for me, a name that's still out there is David Njoku. I'm still interested to see what he can do. Of course, y'all know I'm kind of passed on Pitts at this point. I think that.
So you would trade him?
Yeah, absolutely. There are some interesting receivers. Diggs is still out there. Tyreek still doesn't have a home.
Diggs ain't coming to Atlanta.
I think that Diggs will love everything about Atlanta. I think that we have the thing that he likes the most. We have a surplus of that in Atlanta. And I think that is interesting to me. Also with this Zachariah Branch, hey man, it is time for this offense to get sexy. Put him in whatever position y'all want to, run him in motion, hand him the ball, throw him the ball, put him in the backfield, and let him find his way into space. That has to be a thing because him and Bijan are a lot of speed to deal with.
Scary. I want to see him and Bijan on the field at all times. I don't know how you made that happen. I know it's not going to happen because different packages and running the ball and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But as much as humanly possible, I need Bijan, I need Drake, I need Kyle Pitts, and I need Zachariah Branch. Whoever, and Jahan Dotson, I guess, because I forgot about him. We signed him. He's supposed to be a speedy guy. So I need all of those guys on the field, and I need us to take advantage of it. Now, who throws him the ball? We don't know. But
somebody.
They making it easy for you in the skill position wise. Right. They are making it easy.
Hey, Branch, you take the top right off that offense, and now you got even if you're throwing the Bijan in the flat, he's 1-on-1 now. And what does he do? What does he do better than everybody? Make a miss.
Yeah. So I think that was a good pick. This next pick for me, I did not see coming. I looked at all of the draft visits and all of that, and we only had one with Kendall Daniels out of Oklahoma. Now, he's a 6'5" converted safety who has converted to linebacker. He is the hybrid. Basically, he is like the wing of football. How the wings now are like 6'7" to 7 feet, and you can do whatever as a wing. He's like that. At 6'5" as a linebacker, he's good at blitzing. This is 100% an Ulbrich pick. Ulbrich talks about versatility and blitzing. We gonna blitz you. It's gonna be versatile. And he's 6'5" and he's 240. I mean, James Pierce is 6'5", 245, right? So, I mean, except for he plays as the linebacker position where James Pierce plays with his hand in the dirt. So, I'm interested to see how this works. This shows me that it is going to be full competition at linebacker to replace Caden Ellis and fill in the other middle linebacker spot.
I think that this, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of, because him and Hal Perkins are kind of similar, where they kind of do a little bit of everything. I think the Ulbrich is going to disguise everything. You don't know who's coming, who's covering, and now you have a lot of guys who have good size and good speed. You throw Devon Diablo in the middle. Well, I mean, I'm trying to temper my expectation, but you got Devon Diablo in the middle, and everybody is we're really just playing a bunch of safeties. That's really the honest truth. We're playing a bunch of safeties in the middle of this defense. And if you want to get pass happy, all of these dudes have good hips, they can move, and they can cover. And they're used to doing it.
And our bigger safeties, the middle linebackers, are really good sideline to sideline. Correct. Kendall Daniels, while he didn't go crazy at the 40, I think he ran a 4.7, but his shuttle time, his sideline to sideline motion, I watched him at Oklahoma. I didn't watch much of him at Oklahoma State, but at Oklahoma, he looked crazy. And with this
shuttle time, the shuttle time is more important to me than the 40. When are you running a 40 at linebacker? Never.
Yeah. And for me, y'all got Harold. Yeah. So we'll get to Harold Perkins. But for me, the fact that he can blitz and he's 6'5" and can knock down passes, and you can now run around because we got all these defensive linemen that can we got Harold Perkins, and we got all of these defensive linemen that can basically eat up the run block. Now we added Mason Smith at our nose tackle. That's what linebackers are now. That's how we play. That's how Kirby Smart in 2021 defense 2020 just play a bunch of linebackers. We're gonna play big linemen, and everybody else is a linebacker. And y'all can figure. And then we're gonna have one-on-one cornerbacks and safety over the top. And y'all figure it out. But our linebackers are going to be better athletes than y'all. And now, I mean, 4'4", 4'3", 4'2", 4, except 4'7", but he's 6'5", 250. Like,
right. You're going to eat your lunch, let me tell you. Right. And you still, don't forget, James Pierce Jr., Jalen Walker, still the main pieces here. You cannot forget those guys. These are complementary players, and you're exactly right. They backfilling this defensive line to say, hey, we're going to hold it in the road here. This pass rush is going to be real. And if you throw it, all of those guys can go get it. They can all cover.
Harold Perkins was since you brought him up, and we'll go back to Ontario Thompson. I mean, but Harold Perkins was I forgot that he was even in the draft. I had just assumed that he had already been picked, and I just missed like when he was picked in the 3rd or 4th or 5th round. He ran a 4.38 after coming off a ACL tear. And he's another safety type 230, 225, 230, 6 feet, 6'1" linebacker that can fly and basically be all that Jaden Daniels running around is dead. We have a spy.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Keep it. I'm sitting back in a body bag. I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't wise and it ain't safe. Man, yeah. I'm so happy. Y'all, if y'all don't believe us, as much as we hate LSU, we have talked about the Weeks family as a whole playing extremely well. And we talked about Harold Perkins just ruining the inside. He played safety. He played edge. He's played special teams. Line him up everywhere. Everywhere. Everywhere.
At 4.38, I mean, yeah. You're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to figure it out, and that's all you really want to do. And then, of course, we added some depth. Ontario Thompson, who I call this the Rook Oro replacement.
I think
6'2", 315 pounds, playing weight. He's just a guy that's going to come in and provide depth behind Mason Smith and Brandon Dorless and LaCale London. So hopefully he can be a run stopper to give Mason Smith a little bit of a breather. And he has some quick twitch. He's just at Washington. So maybe Nate Ali, we brought you back for a reason. This is what you're supposed to do. Develop our defensive linemen, which you have done.
And we still have James Pierce Jr. and his 10.5 sacks and Jalen Walker. Once again,
Walker's going to be crazy.
I want y'all to understand, same thing I told y'all last year on offense, now goes for defense. Play all your good players at the same time. Put them all out there. Put everything you got that's good. Put them out there. I don't care what position. I don't care if they don't even have no position. See ball, get ball.
Yeah. And then our last pick was interesting. I didn't think once we got to the 7th round, I didn't think we were going to go offensive tackle. We got Ethan Onanwa, who is the offensive tackle who went to Ohio State. Out of Ohio State, I think he transferred there. He's like 6'6", 330 pounds with an amazing reach. So he's a development guy, but we needed tackle depth. Caleb McGarry retired. Elijah Wilkinson burnt this place down before he left. Went to Arizona. And then Storm Norton is coming off an injury. So we had no right tackles.
He went right to hell. Now they don't even know. You don't even know who the quarterback over there is now. Good luck.
Yeah. So we had no right tackles. And we did sign Jawan Johnson, who used to play for the Chiefs. He is known to be a habitual false starter or close to it. I don't really see an improvement of him over Elijah Wilkinson, to be honest. But my thought was, I thought we were going to use our 4th round pick for Kendall Daniels. I thought we were going to use that to draft offensive tackle. Offensive tackles went off the board in the 2nd and 3rd round. I expected for us to get one of those offensive tackles here, but I'm not mad that we didn't. But I'm just curious to know what our plan is for offensive tackle going into the year. With just remember this right tackle, we got 2 left-handed quarterbacks. That's blindside.
Correct.
So you got to have. Go ahead.
You think we interested in potentially 33-year-old Taylor Decker?
Taylor, the podcaster? No, that's Taylor Luan. Taylor Decker.
Lions. He was with the Lions. He's older, solid guy, but there are some guys laying around that I think we could kick the tires on because we got to have something.
We got to add to it. I don't know how we do that. Even in our undrafted free agent, I also expected us to maybe look at center too. We didn't really do that. Decker is nice. Yeah, Decker is nice if we can sign him. We didn't really do anything with center. So, there's still a couple holes left in the roster. Still a couple holes left in the roster. But, hey, man, I'm not mad right now. I'm not mad. I think we're positioning ourselves for 2027 too. Paolo, big shot.
Also, can we call Keenan Allen?
Remember, we ain't got that much money.
He's 34 years old. He ain't got that much time.
Right. I'm trying to make as much money as I can.
Well, if you ain't made it by now, if you don't know me by now, then you ain't gonna never know me.
Yeah. So overall, now that we've talked through this, because I never gave a grade, I think getting the linebackers and being intrigued with the defense here, going 4 defensive players, 2 offensive players, I would probably give us a B-. I would have liked to see us address the offensive line more. But again, we did. I'll give us a B because we turned 5 picks into 6, and that 6th pick turned into Harold Perkins. So I can't be mad at that. So I'll give us a B overall. Not bad. Not bad for the first draft. Not bad for the first draft, Matt and Ian. Not bad at all. We need a little bit more on offense. A little bit. But I mean, you also money. Yeah, I mean, correct. And your boy McGarry getting out of there also gives us a couple more $1 million that we kind of need that we can spend. So I mean, yeah, because Joan Johnson's contract is $0 guaranteed. Correct. 100% proven deal. So the Atlanta Hawks special, baby. We will pay you at the end of every game. How about that? In cash. Right. I was about to say, would you bring your little briefcase? There you go. Take your money. We'll see you next week now. So we talked about the Falcons. Before we get into the rest of it, man, your boy Diego Pavia has been invited to minicamp. Diego Pavia has made all of the messed up decisions you could possibly make over the last year and a half. Kind of started being interesting with his family at Tennessee. They were wild. That's when he would they were. But that's when you started to see more and more his name into the headlines for things you didn't want. He's extremely, extremely confident. Heisman runner-up or Heisman finalist. He wasn't a runner-up. But then he took shots at Indiana. He took shots at Fernando. I can't remember his first. I can't remember Mendoza. Yeah, Mendoza. Oh my Lord. On Duran. I'm sorry. Jalen Duran just got destroyed. What time are you at? 8:25. Okay, great, fantastic. I'm about to see it right now. Up there it is. That boy Kane gave him the pain. Said, "Stay out the lane." That's a train, my boy. This boy said, "You are able." Right. I am Kane, brother. All right, back to it. But Diego Pavia. So then it came out. It's unfortunate. He went to the draft. He went to the combine. He measured at 5'9". And I was like, ooh, that's going to be tough for him to overcome, especially with all of the noise that surrounded his name off the football field. And then he threw a draft party and said, I'm about to get drafted. And he didn't go. He went undrafted. 5'9". I mean, that's what's going to happen. It turns out that he was then offered to go to other teams, allegedly, have not vetted this 100%, but the Carolina Panthers were interested in him amongst other teams, and he turned them down to be invited to a mini camp to go play for the Ravens to earn a spot and try to beat out Snoop, which I don't see that happening because there's a lot that goes into being a backup quarterback versus being able to just run the offense. You got to be able to almost be a second coach, assistant coach, or an analyst. And I don't know if he has the temperament for that. But what do you think about this, man? What do you think about Diego? Because I think, well, I'll tell you what I think after you finish.
I don't think that he's done himself many favors, but I do think that he should have been drafted. I think that there are a multitude of teams. Because at the end of the day, I think that this kid is a good football player. Like, everything aside, I think he is a good football player. There are a lot of guys who look like football players, not real football players. I think that Diego probably is a legitimate NFL football player. Will he get the opportunity? That's yet to be determined. Also, if you can beat out Snoop, there is at least a reasonable chance that playing behind Lamar, you'll get a couple games, as we've seen Snoop do it multiple times. So if you can get to that second spot, you'll get at least probably 2 or 3 games this season. You know, I'm not wishing injury on Lamar, but the way that he plays is just kind of comes with it. So, yeah, I think that there's reason to want to be in Baltimore. Now, can he get to that second spot? And if Lamar is out, then you go in. That's yet to be determined too.
Man, hell no. I don't think he should have been drafted. 5'9", bro. You can say all you want, bro. 5'9" is 5'9". Offensive linemen now are 6'7", 6'9", 6'8". Unless you move the pocket every time, you're not going to be able to see. 1. 2, you ain't the best quarterback. You're a very good football player. But when it comes to having to have skills that translate to the pros, if you were bigger, stronger, and faster, then yeah, I would tell you. I'm sure you're a better passer than Anthony Richardson, but you're not 6'4", 240 that runs a 4.3, right? Yeah, that's just not gonna happen. So I'm not gonna say he should have been drafted, and I think his talent probably lends him a chance to get a chance. His attitude is what's gonna keep him out of the NFL, and to me, he has the attitude of a pro wrestler. If you're gonna have that attitude, go ahead and go to the UFL, dog. And take that and go to the WWE. You have a path because your personality and everything does lend to entertainment. But I don't know if the NFL. I think you should go to UFL though. UFL for sure.
Well, they were actually talking about him going to the Canadian Football League, which I think is another fantastic opportunity for him because if you can play good there, you get another chance. I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback room. I think he's better than all of them. I think he's better than Mason Rudolph. I think he's better than Will Howard. I think he's going to be better than Drew Allar.
Mason Rudolph, Will Howard. Those are the same people.
Right.
And Drew Allar is just them. The third, another triplet. He just got.
You're just getting the same guy over and over and over. So you're not even giving yourself an opportunity to get better. Once you already got 2 of the same guy, at least get a change of pace.
Kenny Pickett. You remember they drafted Kenny Pickett, same dude. Like, right? Yeah, I don't know.
And that's the Steelers love a Pennsylvania. It ain't there. Also, Indianapolis Colts. Outside of Daniel Jones, you got Anthony Richardson, Riley Leonard, and Seth Hennigan.
Yeah, I would take those. I don't know Seth Hennigan, but the other 2 I would take over Diego for sure.
But what I'm saying is I'm in a place where I can roll the dice on a third quarterback.
Not in the Colts. You ain't in the place to roll nothing. All of y'all are on the high seat.
Who else? Oh, Los Angeles Chargers. I think probably you're better than DJ Uiagalelei.
Why?
Because Uiagalelei don't do nothing but throw interceptions.
5'9", bro. They got 3 mountain mammoth tackles. They just drafted a 6'8" dude to pair with their 6'8" dude to replace their 6'7" guy that's coming off of his injury. And they got like a 6'5" center that they just drafted. 5'9", bro. 5'9". Russell Wilson was short. Drew Brees was short at 5'11". And that was 20 years ago.
I'm cool with that, but I just think that I look at I was gonna say Arizona, but no, Arizona ain't the place.
I think you just like Diego Pavia.
I think I think that sometimes you have a guy who's just a good football player. I try.
Think he's Doug Flutie? How many 5'9" quarterbacks have made it?
We ain't had one in a long time.
And he's not fast enough to switch to the receiver.
No, he's a quarterback. He's a quarterback only. But that's the other thing. Go to the Canadian Football League, ball out. Go to the UFL, ball out. Because that's the other part is if you're that good, you will be undeniable. Maybe you got to take a different path. And some is your fault. Your family going to the game, your mama shaking butt, drunk. You didn't put yourself in a position where you were undeniable. Sorry. Just is what it is. But take this, put a chip on your shoulder and figure it out. I ain't against that either. Yeah, you've seen a lot of black quarterbacks have to do way more. So yeah, bro, get in line, make it happen.
I knew that was coming. So shout out to Diego Pavia, man. Hopefully you get it together, man. You fix your attitude. But all right, so now we're gonna go by division. Who had the best draft class in each division? Now that the draft is over. Start with the NFC South. NFC South, you had Tampa Bay, Carolina, New Orleans, and Atlanta. We just gave Atlanta, I'm going to average this out to giving them a B. You have Carolina, who to me had an extraordinary draft, as well as Tampa Bay, as well as New Orleans Saints, which it pains me to say that. So, with that being said, who do you think had the best draft in the NFC South?
I think the Saints knocked this shit out of the park.
I know, and it pains me to say that, but the Saints, they had a great.
I told y'all last year when everybody was like, "Oh, Tyler Shuck, all of this," I was like, "Hey, man, it's not that bad of a pick." Now you got him, Jordan Tyson. You went and got that defensive tackle, Christian Miller, Oscar Delp at tight end. Then you got Jeremiah Wright at offensive guard, and then you went Bryce Lance. I think that they're preparing themselves for a turnaround. I hate to say it because I wanted them to continue to be terrible, but they are a very, very interesting team. They continue to draft well. I forgot old boy from Texas they played offensive tackle last year. Oh, Kelvin Banks, they knocked out of the park. They are. I don't like it. But respect to them for that. They're doing what you need to do.
Shout out to them for tripling down on wide receiver. They got Jordan Tyson, Bryce Lance, and Barian Brown. They have the total package receiver, Bryce Lance, who's the freak avatar athlete, and then you have Barian Brown, who's a really good slot receiver. Remember, they lost Rashee Rice. Then they added Oscar Delp from Georgia. I like Christian Miller. He's really good. But Oscar Delp is 6'6", 245, and he ran a 4.5 40 at tight end to go along with I think I said Juwan Johnson. I think he's the starting tight end. I can't remember the other guy for the Falcons who we signed. But they got him at tight end. So they can run double tight, and they added Travis Etienne, and then they fortified the offensive line with a guard. Hey, man.
Olave, Tyson, Etienne, Kamara, Kelvin Banks at left tackle.
I forgot about Olave. I wonder if that means they're going to move Olave.
No, hell no. Now you got to make life decisions. Which one you going to guard? Like, this was Jordan Tyson, Chris Olave is a sneakily good young tandem at tight end.
Wide receiver, and Barian Brown is the scary one. Barian Brown is like Zachariah Branch. He's small, fast, and you can't really stop him. Right? He's compact.
I think that they figured out what I try to say all the time is if you're not going to be that good, then you need to at least look like something. I think that this team now looks like, hey man, this offense, you got Tyler Shuck. He's going to make good throws. You got some guys throwing the ball, too. You got Kelvin Banks protecting him. This offense could at least win you some games now. And the defense, it needs some work. It needs, I think, a ton of work. But they've been defense forward for a long time, and I think they're like, all right, well, we got to do something on this offense, and then we'll see what we can do on the defense. I like them.
I'm not gonna jump into defense. Fuck Cam Hayward. I mean, yeah, he's cool. Cam Jordan, he's cool.
He out of there. He's a Jet now.
No, since when? Cam Jordan?
No, I'm thinking about the other dude. I can't think of the name. The Edge that punished us for 15 years.
Yeah, Cam Jordan. He's still with New Orleans. Because they just had the interview with him. He was talking about they just traded for an edge rusher, and none of the edge rushers they have are better than me, and y'all haven't extended my contract yet. So that's the gripe he has.
I don't know why I thought he was a Jet.
Nope. For me, I'm gonna go with. I like what Tampa Bay did. I really, really like what New Orleans did. Carolina fortified their offensive line and their defensive line. Monroe Freeling, one thing Carolina gave up was some sacks. They were good at running the ball, but they didn't have a lot of pass protection. Bryce was
That's the kid from Georgia, right?
Yeah, Monroe Freeling, 6'7", with freakishly long arms, and he's very light on his feet. Now, he might not be great at run blocking, but they have all other four linemen are. You could throw a tight end over there. But then adding, I wanted us to get Lee Hunter so bad from Texas Tech because he's a 24-year-old rookie, and he's going to start immediately because he knows how to play nose tackle. He knows how to play the 0-1 technique. And they drafted him, and I was tight because the theme of the NFC South so far is we're going to make sure we're not going to let Bijan run for 24 million yards again. Every team in the NFC South drafted a defensive tackle. Every single one.
I think that's wise. I mean, also look at everybody else. You got Etienne and Kamara. The Bucks, they got Bucky. And the Panthers, who they got around?
Nobody. Zach Charbonnet. That's why it's interesting for the Panthers that they didn't add a running back. But they did add Chris Brazzell, who's a 6'5" wide receiver. Xavier Legette, your thing shall be gathered because Chris Brazzell and Tet are crazy together. 6'5" and 6'5", and they can just throw the ball up and jump over you to catch the ball. And then Brazzell ran a 4.3.
And you might be able to clean
Carolina did.
You might be able to clean up on a running back. It's gonna be somebody.
Then Will Lee at cornerback. They got a top safety. They got a top line center. Bruh, I think the Panthers knocked it out of the park, man. I think the Panthers adding Lee Hunter pairing with Derek Brown is ridiculous. You can't do nothing. You can't double team him because Lee Hunter gonna take the center and the guard. That means you're gonna leave the guard on Derek Brown? No. So like what you gonna do? I think Carolina knocked it out of the park for the NFC South for me personally. I give it to them. Let's go NFC East. Bro, what the Cowboys gonna do with George Pickens before we talk about anything else? Sneaky, since you're here. What they gonna do?
What does Jerry always do? Have a good situation, find a way to fuck it up. Per usual.
Gonna overpay George. He's gonna overpay George right before training camp.
He's gonna wait. He's gonna wait too late, and he's gonna have to pay him. And then it's gonna be whatever. And I don't know why Dallas does these type of things. And you know that he is temperamental. You know what comes with Pickens. As good as he is, he's a lot to have to deal with. And I also get it. Hey, bro, y'all not finna have me out here. Last year, when your wide receiver got hurt, wide receiver one, allegedly, who put the team on his back? Hell, when he came back, who was still doing the job? A lot of them days, it was me. And you think you're not going to pay me? Are you crazy? So I can get out here and get hurt and then not get my money? Not doing it. And if not me, then who?
Yeah, because he hasn't signed a franchise tender. I don't know what y'all are doing. Don't know. I wonder where he goes if you don't, because he wants more money. He wants $30 million. I mean, that's what you're gonna have to. That's the probably going rate for George.
Do we not think that he's worth $30 million?
Oh, talent wise, yeah. But I mean, he stayed out of trouble while he was there for the 6 months he was there. So
he carried y'all when y'all needed somebody. And the Steelers, y'all look stupid in the face with DK, which yeah, he leaves voids where he goes. 1,000%.
So yeah, whatever happens with George Pickens, that's what I'm paying attention to. All right, back to the NFC East. You got Dallas, the Giants, the Commanders.
Hold on 1 second. I think that Pickens to Arizona makes a ton of sense.
For who?
That I don't exactly know. Might be a pick. I'm not giving you a lot because I got to pay him. He's not under contract, so I have to pay this guy. You can't afford, you can't afford him or don't pay him. I give you a first round draft pick for him. I give you a 1 and a good draft next year. And then you let me have Marvin Harrison Jr., George Pickens, and Trey McBride, and Jeremiah Love, and Tyler Algier. And we ain't got to pay a whole lot of money to Jacoby Brissett or Ty Simpson went there. But yeah, Jacoby Brissett's gonna be
Carson Beck.
Correct. Round. That's the one. Carson Beck, not Ty Simpson, but even though kind of the same guy, just a little different.
No, we're gonna talk about that move too, because that shit didn't make no sense to me either. But we'll talk about that too.
But yeah, Jacoby Brissett. So I'm not over invested at the quarterback position, and then I could just have weapon after weapon after weapon. And I don't know who you're gonna go out with Marvin Harrison and George Pickens and Trey McBride, especially after the season McBride had. Then you have Jeremiah Love and Tyler Algier. You've made an offense literally out of nothing.
I mean, yeah. See what the coach gonna do. They'll never match up. Good coach, good quarterback. It'd be good quarterback, terrible coach. Good coach, nobody else.
Every time I come here, y'all ain't got what I need.
So out of the NFC East, Dallas had a pretty good draft. I'm looking at Philly's draft. Now I'm looking at the Giants draft. The Giants got Averill Reese, Francis Mauga, one of the top offensive tackles, Colton Hood, which was a decent pick, Malachi Fields, a defensive tackle, offensive tackle, 6th round. So their top 4 picks are all projected to start. Averill Reese, Mauga, Colton Hood.
How Reese gonna start? Thibodeau gonna start? Burns gonna start? And Abdul Carter gonna start? They all gonna just.
That was my next thing. Was Kayvon Thibodeau has been on the trading block. I'm surprised there weren't a lot of trades for players in this draft, which was very interesting to me. A lot of these, and I don't know if that has to do with salary cap, that you gotta wait till post June 1, but normally they'll announce it. They'll say post June is when this trade will become official. I like the Giants, what they did in terms of reinforcing. They need an offensive tackle. Ever since old boy from Georgia got hurt, Andrew Thomas, they just can't figure it out. And then of course Malachi Fields, they need a bigger wide receiver. I think he's about 6'4". So they need a bigger wide receiver. Out of the NFC East, though, shout out to Philly for just absolutely shitting on Pittsburgh too, and Dallas. Y'all had NFC East loyalty, and y'all traded up for Malachi. Philly traded up with Dallas of all people
to get
for Mekhi Lemon, who is supposed to be a comp of Amon-Ra St. Brown. So That was interesting. But I would probably say Dallas had the best draft in the NFC East. I know y'all gonna kill me in the comments, but to get Caleb Downs at 11, then triple down on edge. Remember, we were wondering what they were gonna do about Micah Parsons. You didn't make the trade. You didn't go get Hendrickson. You didn't go get Miles. You didn't go get Crosby. You tripled down on edge. Of course, you had the unfortunate thing, RIP, and then you added a corner, Devin Moore. And then you took a flyer on the East Carolina wide receiver. I think them reinforcing their defense is exactly what you needed to do if you sign George Pickens.
And you already got, like, Downs is the crown jewel of this thing. And then you just go, like you said, triple down on edge. Number one, that increases my opportunity for at least one of these guys, potentially two of them to hit. And we already got the middle tied up. We got Quentin Williams and old boy from Green Bay. This defense is going to be that defense is going to be solid, very much so. So
young but solid. All of tripling down means you have all of these contracts, all of these rookie contracts, which means they all probably going to play. Which means you need to dedicate that money to George Pickens because that offense is going to do well. I think the offense is good. Didn't they sign Rico Dowdell?
I think so.
Yes. So I believe that offense is going to do well. I'm interested to see what they're doing at tight end. Sneaky, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know who y'all starting tight end is, but I think y'all should have went and got Darnell Washington personally. But I think y'all had the best draft out of the NFC East. I will give it to y'all for sure.
I agree.
Jake Ferguson. Yeah, we don't care. Let's go NFC West. We can go NFC North. NFC North was kind of quiet, to be honest. NFC West. Poor Tyler Algier. That boy Tyler Algier, for y'all that don't know, was drafted by the Falcons in the 5th round, had a 1,000-yard season, all rookie first team, and then we drafted Bijan Robinson, and he immediately went to second fiddle, and was still really, really good as a power back, even though he was misused. I think he's much better than how old boy used him. So he then goes to Arizona because he gets a little bit more money, and they said it's going to be your time. You'll be able to get more carries, and they immediately go draft Jeremiah Love at 3.
Martin, I didn't want to go to Arizona.
That sucks, man, because I think he's a starting running back. I think Dallas could have used him. I think Dallas could have signed him. And I think he's better than Rico Dowdell. I think Kansas City could use him. New York Atlanta, Giants.
You could have. Hey, if you was gonna go deal with Jeremiah Love, you might as well came right on back to the house.
He ain't know. They lied. They vacuum sales them. So you got Jeremiah Love. They added offensive guard. They added Carson Beck, and Caleb Proctor. Those are pretty good, but that's not an outstanding draft to me.
That was a fight back because what's your boy a quarterback? I can't think of his name. Who's always the best backup of all time, the filler.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yes, thank you. He was asking for money, so I think that they got Carson Beck to say, "Hey, bro, you keep asking for money. Would you
go right on back to Indianapolis?
Right, the door is open. You can go right there. You can leave. Peace and blessings to you. It's been great. And look at what we're doing with this offense, especially like I said. I would say, hey, Dallas, you want this first?
Dallas is gonna say yes, but Dallas got picks though. But I really wasn't impressed with their draft class. I get what they were doing, what they're trying to do, but maybe they had so many holes on the roster that they just did what they could.
I mean, I think that they're trying to restabilize that program after Kyler and everything else going on. It's like, all right, well, a lot of it, and I know I say this all the time, is you got to get back to some like level, like some baseline of just not being butt cheeks. You got Marvin Harrison Jr. You can't have too many more seasons of him just being nothing, or he's gonna want out. You got it. Same thing that happened with the Falcons for those 2 years where we had Mariota and we had what's your boy?
Taylor Heineke.
No, not Taylor Heineke. Cincinnati, he's out of the league now.
Desmond Ridder.
Yeah, Desmond Ridder. Where you can have about 2 of those seasons. Then after that, your guys are going to become losers. And you don't want your team to associate themselves with being losers. So at that point, yeah, we got to do what we can to kind of stabilize this place and make it at least competitive. It's tough because, I mean, look at what you're fighting against. Everything in the NFC West is so tough.
And that's why I don't think that any of them had a good draft, to be honest. I think they had a Falcons draft just with more picks. They all filled out their roster. This whole draft was more of a depth draft is what it seems like.
I 1000%. There's not a lot in this draft that you're like, it's very similar to the NBA draft, like the recent draft, where are these guys like world beaters? Probably not. But are you going to be able, if you can scout, can you find guys that will be in the NFL 7, 8, 9, 10 years? Absolutely. Next year is a draft that's a slam dunk draft, just like this NBA draft is supposed to be the slam dunk draft. So, yeah, we need to find the guys and prepare ourselves with good, affordable contracts. So when the home run hitters show up, we go get what we need.
Yeah.
Because that next year draft, woo,
loaded. I don't know what the Rams are doing. Ty Simpson's as your first round pick is crazy.
No, it ain't.
Full stop.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Full stop, Rams.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
Full stop.
Thank you, Rams. Thank you, Rams. Thank you, Rams. You did it. You did it. You sure fucking did it. You traded us and then gave us 10.5 sacks for Ty Simpson. You know who you remind me of?
Simpson.
Joe Dumars. Thank you kindly. You damn fool.
I can't, and from what I've read, McVay didn't want to make that pick. That was a general manager pick.
I don't think that was a very wise pick because in every situation, leverage needs to be understood. I want all and everyone to understand Sean McVay is the leverage. He is the man. He is the king. He is the soothsayer. He is all knowing, all being, all everything. And he is the guy that runs that place. He is the most valuable asset that they have since Aaron Donald has left. I want you to understand that. So he's the guy whose emotions you should be managing. Let me tell you, you did not do a good job. He was fucking pissed. Furious.
Big mad.
And his face lets you know right off rip. And then he came right in and said, this is Matt Stafford's team.
They still in contract negotiation. He said, I don't care what y'all say. This is Matt Stafford team. And Matt Stafford's a Georgia dude who advocated for Stetson Bennett. Right. So I don't know the status of Stetson Bennett, with everything that's happening, but for a first round pick on Ty Simpson that you probably could have got in the second round, maybe the third. That's F. Right? I don't even know who y'all drafted after that.
F not for failure, for fucked up, because that coach is mad.
Yeah. So the whole NFC West ain't really much change. It's gonna be Seahawks, Rams, and maybe the 49ers if they can stay healthy. And then Arizona's bringing up the rear. Like that's nothing changed out of this division to me from this draft. So I give everybody a C or F. F for the Rams, C for everybody else. Arizona. I'll pick Arizona. I think Arizona with Jeremiah Love and Carson Beck was pretty decent. But ain't much better.
Hey, question. This draft. Hey, this is where you pay your scouts. This ain't a draft where me and Reggie's supposed to be able to read the draft. This is where you pay expert level people who spend their entire life. Because I'm telling you, you look at this draft, you're like, everywhere.
Also, very interesting that Philly drafted a quarterback. Keep your eye on it.
I mean, I think that you're right. You could have just found another guy.
Drafted him in the 5th round, and it's the North Dakota State dude, the dude that can throw the ball like 75 yards. 70 yards, whatever he got. They got Bryce Lance to the NFL.
they go the Eagles. The Eagles are just like I've been telling y'all all year. Hey man, watch the Knicks, watch the Cavs. They're 2 most expensive teams in the NBA. If this don't work out, it's gonna look different. Well, I think we can say the same thing for the Eagles as soon as they drafted Malachi Lemon and them other 4 guys they added at wide receiver. That place is preparing for a shakeup. Now, I don't know who's going to get shook.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
But it's going to get
the book right now. He reading the book right now. Traveling with peace.
The only person who I think should be happy right now is Devontae. Devontae should be looking like, oh, this is his best case scenario for me. I'm moments away.
All my incentives.
Right. I am moments away from becoming wide receiver 1. This when you know the girl and her boyfriend finna break up any day now, and you like, I just wait one more day. I'm just waiting to just like Meg and Klay. Are them pictures down? Oh, sweet. I can get right in that DM. She took the pictures down now. She's single. And you know the bad part is Devontae got to still act like he cool with AJ. Bro, I want you to leave. I want you to leave. I want you to go. As soon as you go, then I become the man who gets the money. Gets all the targets. Gets everything. It's time for you to go. And secretly, I've probably always believed I've been the wide receiver 1 because it is kind of close.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, for sure.
So peace and blessings to you, brother. I wish you the best in your future endeavors. But this here is mine. And it's good here. It's good. And I got a little bro, Malachi Lemon. Me and him can figure it out.
Yep. What about NFC North? I just looked at everybody's draft board. I'm probably going to go Minnesota. I think Minnesota had a better draft. They lost all of their D tackles, and they went and drafted 2 studs. They got Caleb Banks, 6'6" out of Florida, 327 pounds. If he can stay healthy, he is a problem. That foot injury is what, I mean, he still got drafted in the 1st round. I don't know. That may have been a little high.
I think that was a reach. But I will say, I think that all the Florida guys you probably got on consignment because it's Billy Napier sucks. I'm telling y'all, up close and personal. I think those Florida kids, and we had surprisingly a lot of guys drafted, and I think that people knew Billy just sucked.
Yeah, but
I don't know if I would win with Caleb Banks that early though. I might
not at 18. I think he fits their roster because they need D tackles and they need the way that they run their defense. They need space eaters and guys like that. But at 18, that's tough. Getting Jake Golday, who is a 6'4", 240-pound linebacker who can guard tight ends as well as blitz and sideline to sideline. I think that was a good pick. Doubling up on D tackle with Dominic Orange was a good pick. And then also getting Charles Demings, Stephen F. Austin cornerback that lit up senior day, Reese's Senior Bowl practice. I think those were good picks. I would probably go with them over Chicago because I don't know. Chicago, didn't they draft another tight end? They drafted another tight end. Like, they got like 4 tight ends over there in Chicago. I don't know what they're doing.
Also, I don't know how we skipped this when we were talking about the Eagles. They also got Jonathan Gennard. God damn. The rich get richer.
They lost somebody, though, didn't they? Yeah, they lost Jalen Phillips. That's why they added Grenard. And they got Grenard for $20 million cheaper, $25 million cheaper, which is crazy.
Man, Howie Roseman, I was talking to one of my friends. He's a magician. He goes and every time he does a magic trick and then another magic trick and another magic trick. Oh, this ain't gonna work out. Okay, cool. We just move him around. Oh, Jonathan Grenard is available because the Vikings are not in a position to pay him. Well, we'll take him off your hands. Funny how that works out. Yeah. He over there, he making it work amidst all while the foolishness is afoot around him and potentially knowing in the future he's still gonna have to trade AJ Brown. Also, sidebar: the Orlando Magic just defeated the Detroit Pistons. Is Jamal Mosley saving his job?
It's saving a lot of people's jobs. He was about to tear it down. But yeah, we'll get to it in basketball. So that's the NFC. For me, it was the Panthers, the Cowboys, the Vikings, and I don't care about the NFC West. Nothing changed for the NFC West. So those were the teams for me. AFC. What did you say your teams? You didn't pick the NFC North.
I'm not in love with any of these teams. Maybe the Vikings, but it's a lot of filler in this draft. I don't think I'll be able to accurately say
filler draft.
Yeah,
this is it. So we can go AFC. Where you want to start? AFC North. Yes. Bengals with a sneaky pick. Kobe Young, UGA wide receiver, was our jump ball specialist, red zone, good route runner. Broke his leg on freak injury, kept him out. But I think that's a sneaky good pick to pair with the receivers that you already have. Defense. Defense. We gonna see.
I'm gonna tell you, I think that it is unfortunate that I think the Cleveland Browns probably drafted the
easily
absolute best. I'm talking about
May had the best draft in the league.
Slam the damn dunk across the board. Fano. So now you got the Fano brothers together. You got Concepcion from Texas A&M to partner with Jerry Jeudy. You got Denzel Boston from Washington. McNeil Warren from Toledo. You got Austin Barber from Florida. Then you got Brazelford from Bama, Justin Jefferson from Bama, Joy Royer from Cincinnati, Taylor Green, Arkansas as another quarterback. I don't know why you would take another quarterback. You have too many already. And then Carson Ryan, tight end at BYU.
Oh, you think Taylor Green about to play quarterback? What did he say?
Oh, you're right.
That about to be Terrell Pryor, 2.0, 6'5", 230, and runs a 4.3 40. Sir, seam. That's what you need to learn. Them your first words out the playbook. Seam.
Converted.
Seam. Run the seam, brother.
6'6", 224. You're right now. And I mean, if he could be anything, Concepcion. God damn.
They got a lot of run after catch guys.
Perkins at tight end, Jerry Jeudy. Unfortunately, the quarterback situations was holding them back for the foreseeable future.
I mean, for most teams don't use this many picks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They use them all. And I think they hit on
a lot of them.
Probably all of them. I think Carson Ryan is going to be a good blocking tight end. If you go watch BYU, he's going to be a good blocking tight end.
I will say, number one, the amount of players that they got was impressive. That means that you can hopefully offset all of the money that you have pushed into Freaky D until you can get out. And I think that they did a good job in a draft where you really had to be very studious and very diligent with your picks. They were able to make a lot of headway. I am highly impressed with what they've done. And no other way to put it.
It was fantastic.
Slam dunk.
So we go Cleveland won it. What about AFC South? AFC South, that's going to be Indianapolis. I wasn't in love with their draft. I'm going to go look again just to make sure I ain't tripping. But I wasn't in love with their draft. I wasn't really in love with Houston's draft, even though they replenished the trenches. They got an offensive guard back, and they got K. McDonald, the defensive tackle. They added a tight end, which I'm assuming they'll need.
I like the Kamara Ramsey pickup.
Yeah, the safety out of USC.
Yeah,
but they ain't add no. I mean, do y'all believe that Tank is about to come back healthy? His legs still look. I would have dipped that receiver somewhere. I'd have looked at receiver or something. And I know they went and got one in the 6th round, but that's the 6th round.
Right.
And that's a 5 for 11 dude. See, y'all know you need somebody to contest the catches. If CJ throw the ball like he did at the end of the season,
I mean,
you gonna need a 6'5" receiver.
If CJ threw the ball like he did, it don't matter because he's throwing it to the other team.
Yeah, so I didn't really like what Houston did. Indianapolis got CJ Allen, which was beautiful for me. AJ Halsey was another great draft pick for me. George Grums was a reach, I think, from Florida. Not because he went to Florida, but I do think he was a reach just watching his pass rushing tape. Not a lot of counter moves. Getting Deion Burks in the 7th round, I think, is going to be a steal for them. Because even though he's just like Josh Downs a little bit, Deion Burks is shifty, and he's a slot receiver. And then, of course, CJ Allen being another Georgia linebacker that's about to go in the league and play really well at middle linebacker, who ran a 4.5, 4.4, 4.5. So, I think Indianapolis, again, a lot of filler. And also, they were kind of middle of the tier. They didn't really have a high draft pick.
Right.
So, and then you got Jacksonville, who just basically went O-line, D-line, O-line, D-line, edge, cornerback. They added 2 wide receivers there, which is interesting. Whenever a team doubles down on wide receivers or doubles down on a position when they already have somebody that's rumored to be disgruntled, I expect them to get moved. If I'm Jacksonville, if I'm Dallas.
Hey, Jacksonville, can I interest you in a Kyle Pitts for a Bryant Thomas Jr.?
Dallas, can I interest you in Bryant Thomas Jr. for George Pickens? They both need contract extensions. I'm assuming Thomas Jr. will be a little bit cheaper. George Pickens is more dynamic for what he need to be for Trevor Lawrence, who has to be able to throw the ball into traffic. Not a bad deal. And everybody got draft capital.
Right.
Everybody got draft capital.
I don't hate that at all.
Jacksonville. So for me, I'm gonna go with AFC. Y'all kind of let me down in the AFC South. What's the other? Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville.
Cardinal Tate to Tennessee was a good move. I think that you got to show your quarterback.
There it is. That's the one.
Trying to try to, after last year, just getting your ass kicked. Let's get him a receiver, and hopefully we can protect him a little bit more.
You're right. It's Tennessee. Anthony Hill Jr., Carnell Tate, Keldrick Falk, which is a reach. Nicholas Singleton, which is a good draft pick because they need running backs. They only got 1 wide receiver. I don't know Tennessee's depth chart, but I'm pretty sure they could have used. Yeah. But you probably could use 1 more.
Absolutely.
But you may be able to get that in post-June cuts. You never know. So,
once again, you might. Diggs is still available.
Keenan Allen.
I don't think that Tyreek is going to Tennessee, but there are some guys that'll be available. And
I forgot about Tyreek.
And you got Wan'Dale Robinson and DK playing special teams. You might give him a bigger offensive role this year. Tony Pollard, Tajay Spears, they're moving in the right direction. I don't think they're there yet, but they're moving in the right direction. And you still got the help. The defense is the defense now. That part's going to do what it does.
Sweat comes back healthy, and you pair him with Justin Simmons, it's going to be. I'm interested. Where did L'Jarius Sneed sign? I think he signed with the Eagles. Never mind.
Jesus.
Telling
me in the offseason.
So that's AFC South. We did AFC North. AFC West, the Chargers, I think, got better adding their linemen
from Florida. That could be, slam dunk. And it's the right thing to do. You have to protect you have to protect yourself against losing Joe Alt too. You got to have backups where if for any reason it don't work out, you got another guy. You just can't piss away a season every year, Justin Herbert's, because one guy isn't.
They added a dude from Florida. They added an offensive tackle from Memphis, Travis Burke.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What team?
But
What team we just talking? I just lost my train of thought.
Right now we were talking about, we went to Chargers.
Wait, hold on. I feel pretty. No, Jack Slaughter, center, Florida, second pick, 31st.
Oh, I didn't even see that. You're right. They did do that because they doubled down on offensive line.
6'5", 303.
Yeah, I was talking about more of the Travis Burke Memphis pick. Just because he's 6'8". So now you got 6'8", 6'8", 6'7". And I wonder what they're going to do with those tackles, because maybe you don't start Burke this year, but I think that means Slater is on the way, because you got to pay Joe Alt. Joe Alt, they whole season went out.
Oh, mighty Joe Alt.
He got hurt.
But I think that this is the year where you might be able to fight back. Hey, this offensive line is going to be stout this year, and they're all going to be tall, and they're going to be people movers,
and they can run. What's interesting to me though is they added a really speedy, shifty wide receiver in the 4th round, 5'9", Brennan Thompson. He runs a 4.2 whatever, 4.25. You already have a speedy, shifty lad. You don't have Keenan Allen under contract. Josh Palmer's coming back from the ACL. And then you got Quentin Johnston, who just learned how to catch last year.
I don't love this, and I don't love this. And Trey Harris, and their wide receiver room needs thoughts and prayers.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them address wide receiver.
Maybe it's a Marion Hampton time. I don't know. That wide receiver room.
That's how Jim Harbaugh play. Now that's how he play. Run the ball.
That wide receiver room stinks.
Yeah, and then the Raiders. The Raiders overall have had a decent offseason. They added all them players from Green Bay. They added Traden Stukes at safety, which is pretty good. Trey Zune at center is pretty good. The Jermon McCoy is interesting because he has that knee cartilage issue where they had to basically take a piece of the knee and plug a hole. They got Malik Benson at wide receiver, Dalton Johnson. A lot of mid. A lot of mid.
And I hate to say it, but there is a big dice roll in believing that Fernando Mendoza is going to be a good quarterback when you could have maybe waited another year and just ran with Kirk Cousins and went into the quarterback heavy draft and actually found you a guy.
I mean, the draft will hinge on Mendoza and McCoy. You're right. I mean, yeah. I mean, they're young. They're it's a young team now. I mean, they flipped almost everybody. They tried to flip Crosby, and they couldn't. Shout out to the Ravens. But I mean, they basically they did a soft reset. So,
yeah, but
we'll see.
You gotta make sure that the reset. You got to hit the button now. If you get Mendoza, and Mendoza is, because you got to remember, Mendoza, he won a championship last year. The numbers are not anything to write home about either.
Yeah. We'll see. We will see, because I don't even know who they're. Oh, they got Ashton Genty. Yeah, they do have Ashton Genty there. Hopefully, they got to create an offensive line for him, because he was running. He looked like Trent Richardson.
And you know what you don't see here? You see one offensive lineman, Trey Zoom, center, Texas A&M. The offensive line last year was terrible. Now, I think it's a good signing, but can he play all the positions at the same time?
No, but I think they added some depth pieces to there. But yeah, I I hate to say it, y'all. I think the Chiefs focusing on defense may be the best part of the AFC West. They got 2 D tackles. They got a cornerback. They got a D tackle. I'm sorry, 1 D tackle in the edge, which was R. Mason Thomas, who's was one of the top edges in the draft. They got Peter Woods, a D tackle, to pair with Chris Jones, and also replaced because I'm assuming he's going to leave soon. And then they snuck Cyrus Allen out there, who's like a do-it-all kind of slot type receiver. And then, of course, they added Mansour Delaney to replace cornerbacks that they lost in free agency. I think the Chiefs had a really good draft here.
They're a well-oiled machine who knew exactly what they needed to get and go get it. I don't feel very comfortable about Colton Miller, Spencer Buford, Tyler Linderbaum, Jackson Powers Johnson, and DJ Glaze as the offensive line. I'm sorry.
And they didn't address them at all.
And
they didn't draft when I won offensive.
And let me tell you, as good as Kirk can be, you must block for him. If he got to move, you're gonna lose.
Wait, who you talking about? You said Kirk.
Raiders.
Oh, moved on to the Chiefs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but what I was saying was that's the reason I think the Chiefs won this.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, the Raiders offensive line got to block. Yeah. I mean, they got to block a lot of people.
Right, and they didn't block nobody last year. And neither one of these quarterbacks are athletic. I think that Mendoza needs time to develop. You need, once again, Ashton Jeanty needs some confidence. I think he can be a good running back, but you also have to give him an opportunity to not get hit in the backfield every time too.
Yeah. You don't want to, like I said, Trent Richardson was another one that was pretty good, but he went and played for the Raiders, and they didn't block for him, and he fizzled out.
And let me tell you, this wide receiver room stinks too. Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor, Jack Beck, Dante Thornton, Shedrick Jackson, Brendan Rice. Nothing here. Malik Benson, Philip Dorsett. Not in love with it. I don't like anything about this. Y'all can get pummeled. You're about to get smoked, my boy. Smoked.
And in the AFC East, I would say the Jets. I mean, the Jets are going to win because they had so many draft picks. They just had so many draft picks, but they hit on a few that I think they hit on a few.
I 1000% agree. I like the David Bailey pick for sure. Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper.
I didn't like that pick. I didn't like the Kenyon Sadiq pick, but I like the Omar Cooper pick. The Omar Cooper pick makes the Kenyon Sadiq pick make sense because you needed another receiver.
And you know what else I forgot about? I hate to take us back, but the Cowboys got Trigg from Baylor at tight end.
Yes, I think that was they'd be catching the ball with one hand.
Right. I think that was a hell of a pick. Undrafted free agent. I don't know why we did not go after him as undrafted.
Yeah, I told you we keep it Kyle Pitts. I already told you that.
I mean, even so, 2 is better than 1 last time I checked.
Depending on your money. But yeah, the Jets trying to put together an offense. I didn't like the K. Klubnik pick, but I mean, you got him in the 4th round. So, I mean, it ain't like you're going to really lose a lot. I think the Jets had a really good draft. I don't remember what Buffalo drafted. Buffalo had TJ Parker. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah. Skylar Bell was a good pick for them. Skylar Bell, the wide receiver from UConn, to pair with DJ Moore, who they got from Chicago, with Josh Allen and James Cook, I think makes an interesting group. But I'm going to still go in the AFC East. I'm going to go with the New York Jets here. I think they had the best draft by far. I was going to jump into teams that won the draft, teams that lost the draft overall, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about these basketballs, and that'll be it.
I think that Klubnik was a good pick. I think that the Chiefs taking Nussmeier in the 7th round was a slam dunk. You can sit in behind Mahomes and somebody else. I forgot who else they got. Oh, Justin Fields. He can learn the offense. and then eventually somebody will be interested in him because he's been standing next to Andy Reid.
Yeah, another Mac Jones. That's where I see your trajectory. I see you going to be a Mac Jones type player, except for you won't get thrown in the fire. You'll actually get to sit and watch.
Right.
And you get to heal because your injury history was an issue too.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, we are going to take a quick break and then we're going to come back and talk about these playoffs. Like, follow, subscribe.
Hey, Detroit. Y'all finna get closer to the offs than the play. Y'all finna be 1, 2, 3. Cancun.
Let me tell y'all, on the first thing speed dial is the travel agent.
Baby.
Vacations.
Go ahead, get it together. And Jalen Duran, I'm still getting paid. But with that being said, we'll be right back. And we coming back to talk to Young and the Restless.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 228 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw, our basketball episode, aka part 1, which is soap opera. Part 2 is the actual show. Where you want to start, Norwood?
Well, this next part is, I ain't gonna call it love and basketball. It's love and something for sure, though, or cheating and
love
something.
And lust.
Or not doing what I'm supposed to, or getting called, and I know y'all probably wondering, like, oh, what is he talking about? Well, we're gonna pick our poison here. We're gonna start out the one that's probably been the most longest going after what we find out. Diana Rossini resigns from her post to ESPN after following this scandal with Mike Vrabel. If you've been living under a rock, then you might not know that. Looks like they've had a long committed relationship for the last 6 years. She wrote a little letter and said basically, she needed to step away. Mike Vrabel very much so in a PR statement said that he is not held up to the Patriot standard, which I 1000% disagree.
Disagree, brother. This is tradition.
Patriots cheat and Patriots are freaky. So you have managed to do both. Congratulations. Number one,
groomed.
Yeah, I mean, you got Belichick and his old lady and whatever situation that is. You got Robert Kraft and the old rub and tug special. You got you got Diggs and the pink powder and Cardi and also the girls on the boat.
Oh boy,
Freaky
Foxborough. Bill was coming out somebody's house before he was with old girl. You remember the Ring camera footage? My boy was out. Right. My boy was comfortable. You know you comfortable. You open the front door. You in draws. Just went out there and stretched. I said, oh, okay.
And when they started showing them pictures of Rossini and Vrabel at the bar, number one, I have a theory that Diana Rossini's husband has known about this for a long time, because if you go back and look at all the photos, they've all been from a private investigator. First of all, I can't.
A lot of them did. The ones that just came out from 2020 was just somebody that recognized them, allegedly. Allegedly.
Also, let me tell y'all, one of the worst lies y'all could tell us in the world. Y'all told, funny enough, a Meg Thee Stallion lie. Oh no, we were just at the same place. Y'all fingers were interlocked. There is nothing more intimate, including sex of multiple varieties, is more intimate than interlocking fingers with a person of the opposite sex. Y'all go together and y'all go together bad.
Go together bad. What's her first child's name?
Michael.
What's Mr. Vrabel's first name?
Also Michael.
The leaves. They be tea.
I don't believe in violence, and I probably would not be interested in trying to get into fisticuffs with Mike Vrabel. But if I was Mr. Rossini, I'd be done shot him. Pew pew.
I was about to say that I believe in all the violence. I ain't got to fight you to be violent.
Right.
Listen, Listen.
But this is the thing. As long as they've been together, dog, that's not even your gal. That's my gal.
Yeah, he'd been known. I think everybody knew. They said she threw a party. But see, so here's the thing about this.
This is the real relationship right here. They are in love. They finna be like the news reporters
relationship, though,
who got caught cheating and then just married each other. That's what they
wasn't Mike Vrabel in Tennessee when what's his name was there? No, you know what? They traded AJ Brown and Vrabel didn't want to.
Right.
And she was the first she always broke the news and she had like insider information. I guess she was meaning.
Yeah,
now
you know why you have inside, because when you get the text and y'all laying next to each other, hey babe, you won't believe what just happened. Tell me.
Now AJ Brown's linked to New England. Like it's this. If you were to look back at the whole, relationship, and they probably get into the nitty gritty, it's probably some confidentiality violation somewhere in there, allegedly. But hopefully, I ain't gonna say hopefully. This is probably all gonna pass. If you win, nobody's gonna talk about it.
What are you talking about? He is a white man. They're not asking for him. They're not asking why he doesn't have integrity or asking for his job. Not a chance. Now, if he was a black man, do you think that he would be afforded the same opportunity?
Go to jail.
Or to hell.
Oh man, he didn't even. Yeah, and Robert Kraft tried to save him. Tried to suppress the story and everything, and now Pablo done got a hold of it.
Yeah, number one, you don't want Pablo Torre looking for you, brother. I swear you don't.
Yeah. He finds out everything, his sources. So, this has dominated the headlines for the last 2 weeks, and it's been very sympathetic. I'm glad you brought it up about the black coaches and everything, because everybody's been really sympathetic for both of them.
Because they're in love. It's a beautiful couple. These people love each other.
Yeah. Vrabel big married too.
To Diana Russini, he is faithful. He is not cheating on his side chick with nobody else. I can tell you right now, I can see a man who loves that woman. Savannah, that's a good man.
February 15th, it goes down, boy.
Yo, he is. That boy say, I love my side chick like nobody business.
Yeah, you better get a DNA test. I mean, we can move on if you want. We could talk about we get to the
you need a gunpowder test because you have to look at my hand. Pew, pew, point, click. You got me over here working on. And then this is the other part before we get out here. Diana Russini has said some terrible things about her husband and what seemed to be jokes, but at the same time now look to be 1,000%.
They're all of 100% true. She said some stuff in an interview that I was like, yo, I got mad. Candace was like, I don't even watch the Titans nor the Patriots.
Right. Also, this is the time for you and your lady to bond over sports. Because this ain't nothing but a soap opera. It's soap opera everywhere in sports. But honestly, let's be real here. Diana Russini gets another job somewhere. And Vrabel just, as soon as the season starts, control, alt, delete. This is over with.
Training camp. That man said, I'm going to 6 months of rehab.
That boy went to the hey Tiger. Where do I go out of the country where they let me do whatever I want to? I'll be back. He finna go. And if I was that private investigator, I'd still follow them because I don't think they're done yet. They love each other. And it's gonna be
they are forever intertwined and interlocked.
and as much as they love each other, you know they're gonna you don't go cold turkey.
No, they're talking right now. That's why she quit. Now they have full undisclosed conversations now.
No, I mean now, and this is the thing. Vrabel wife probably don't want to leave till he win that Super Bowl. I'll give it another. Hey, just like old girl from Turkey Leg Hut. Let's see how good it can be before I get out of here. I don't want to run it up for the money here. I'm not finna let you. I'm not finna leave and let you have my man and have the money. The fuck?
And leave me with the kids?
Right. I done already took this L. I'm He probably looked at him like, I'm not going anywhere. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. I'm not leaving. Now you just got to sit there in the house and just look stupid in the face and text your side chick on the side. I miss you.
Who in the same position, same predicament.
Oh, I love that. In news that we all knew was going to eventually happen, Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson have separated. Meg Thee Stallion went to the internet yesterday and threw him under the bus and said he cheated on her. And then the entire internet,
female population,
jumped him. This is the same Klay Thompson we know literally nothing about.
He likes to drive boats.
He has a dog named Rocco. He has a boat. That's it. Now he's dead meat. I think that this is interesting. I think that Klay will probably pull a Mike Vrabel and just not say anything.
Vrabel made a statement. That's where he messed up.
Yeah, I mean, he had to make a statement. There was no way that he was going to be able to go through the draft and all of these preseason interviews and not say anything. So you just say the absolute most nothing when you say something. Klay don't have to say anything at all.
Yeah, and basketball season for him don't start till October.
What are you talking about? By then he'll have a whole white woman. And she'll never say anything on the internet. How about that, man?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't really care about this. It's just, it was so interesting to me how everybody was like, yo.
I can't believe this.
The insults that came in the side picking, like, it was like, yo, like, if you don't agree, F you dusty. And it's like,
woman hater.
You hate women. You want to, she's been through everything. Klay is trash. And I'm like, well, now
who is Klay? On the other, who is? Well, I've seen that so many times. If not for Meg Thee Stallion, we wouldn't even know who Klay Thompson is. It's not like he's won 4 championships.
We is right. We is your people. You and the people you hang out with. The rest of the world, the 32 million people that follow him on all platforms know exactly who he is.
Real think pieces. Like, this guy's in one of the best dynasties in NBA history. What are you like? Ladies, this is my only thing. Before y'all say anything, just consult a man in your life and say, oh, is this guy really important or not?
Well, don't say nothing. Stop doing what Meg did. Just sit back and let the story play out first.
Y'all gonna learn.
Y'all jumped off that cliff day of.
Y'all gonna learn one day.
And y'all jump. And most of the time, y'all gonna learn social media. The person that normally says something first, nope, I won't go there.
Hey, but take your L's in silence. Megan, you don't have to put everything on the internet all the time. Let me tell you, these internet people do not actually love nor care about you. They like to come and make internet comments and be fake concerned. They don't care. And you didn't get embarrassed until you told the world. Do like men do all the time. Every time we break up, hey, man, we mutually decided to split and go our different ways. That's it. You see Lori Harvey, every time she break up with a dude, she just be on to the next one. You might want to try that.
Yeah.
But we also knew that we knew this was going to happen, just like Cardi and Diggs. It was inevitable. And all that lovey-dovey, that's, hey, first of all, y'all know, as soon as you put your whole life on the internet, that bring the hoes. I hate to tell y'all that, but women do not want to see other women that happy. She looking way too happy. She was cooking.
I just don't think you should have put it on the internet. And I for all y'all is out here, y'all gonna jump down our throat anyway. Y'all are hypocrites. Y'all. It's a lot of hypocrites. I won't say y'all. It's a lot of hypocrites on there that were making excuses when the shoe was on the other foot. I don't care either way. Just be consistent. If you don't like it on both ends. Don't like it on both ends. Like, you know what I mean? Pause if necessary. Don't like each scenario. Don't champion her and then crucify somebody and they do the same thing.
And the other part about this is I've asked every woman that has called me a woman hater, which is crazy because I am actually a staunch feminist, is would you let Meg date your brother? The answer is always, hell no, I wouldn't. So you want somebody else to volunteer for that, but somebody who you love and care, you wouldn't ever let that happen. I find that very interesting. But that's just my business, and I'm going to mind my own business. Y'all be safe. I do think
it's everybody involved.
I'm happy for the people who are happy that this happened. I am sad for the people who are saddened by this. Whatever you needed to get through, peace and blessings. Now, I can say that you should take advice from these two, Paige Buckers and Aziz Fudd. They asked Paige about her relationship. She said, I believe me and Aziz's personal relationship is nobody's business but our own. Now, that is an answer I can get behind. Mind your motherfucking business. What we got going on ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't hit my line. Don't ask me no questions. And I've given you the statement, so don't ask me no more questions. Also, if I was at Dallas Wings, I would never have done this.
Interesting here. So if they have a problem asking about those two relationship, when from a basketball standpoint, that could 100% impact performance on the court.
1,000%. Right? I expect you to have. These people are 20 years old.
So that's a basketball relation conversation.
Correct.
We do ask about Brandon Ingram or NBA players and their relationships, NFL players and their relationships.
Oh, Glorilla be letting it know. She said,
Glorilla no.
B ain't got too many more times for she gonna end up with
there
Ingram.
Was Dak Prescott with, his whole thing. That's always front page news. Relationships in sports are news. So you taking the position of we're not going to talk about it at all, and y'all are, whatever y'all are, on the same team at the height of this league's popularity, and you think this, I'm not going to answer any questions about it, is going to go. Let me tell y'all go on a 5-game losing streak and y'all argue, they're going to ask the question because it's there. Well, whether you think it's fair or not, the question's going to be there. This whole thing of I'm not going to answer this and not going to do that, that ain't going to last long. You can't do it. It's impossible. You're not going to be able to do it unless y'all go 82-0.
No, I mean, I do think that the thing that they can do is just say, no, we're not answering this. I've given my statement on this. Refer to my last statement. I just think that two people fresh out of college in a relationship, there is a very little chance that this just works out perfectly and they stay together forever. I hate it, but we've also all been there. So in that case, those relationships get rocky, especially in your 20s. You're not really developed to be able to work through a relationship as a person who has tried to tell everybody, man, keep what you do in the streets away from your job. It will cause a headache.
The streets is the job. It's like women's. This reminds me of women's soccer. The women's national team, when in the WNBA, they have the relationships. You can't avoid those conversations. This is part of what makes this league interesting for a lot of reasons, is because of the dynamic in which you have. I mean, they're very LGBTQIA that's very prominent in the league, whereas in male leagues, it's not as prominent, or at least it's not out. It's not out. So, to me, when they had those questions about a women's national team, you know, you can say I'm not going to answer it, but that didn't stop them from having the questions. Eventually, you're going to have to answer. You had to say something other than
you don't have to, and like I don't think they have to answer. I'm more concerned about the actual relationship and them being able to get in and day out. Once you told a reporter, I told you what I think about this, especially them being LGBTQ, you can't really press them because then you seem like you're not an ally. You have to kind of leave it where it is. But I just think that for the practice, this is dangerous and reckless. But I mean, in the 20s, some of us did dangerous and reckless things. So such is life.
I have no clue what you're talking about. All right. Well, that's nope. That is As the World Turns. We are now going. We ain't taking no break. We are
we're gonna take a 1 minute break, literally 1 minute break, and we coming right back, and then we're talking awards and playoffs. 1 second.
All right, and we're back. We're gonna keep going. Not even about to do no formal intro or nothing. Time for NBA news around the league. We got a few things we're gonna talk about today. Norwood is basketball aficionado. Where you want to start?
Friends, Romans, countrymen. Here we are. It's time to talk basketball. It's the reason for the season. Don't commit treason, baby. We're gonna start out with Billy Donovan. He actually split up better than he split up better than Meg and Klay. He said, hey man, this ain't gonna work no more. Let me out the back door. I think that after the overhaul of the front office and seeing the present situation of the Bulls roster, which is pure fuckery, he said, I can't do this anymore. I think that was the best situation. He's been toiling away in Chicago forever. They've been trying to rebuild almost.
I thought it was longer than 6 years, boy.
Because it's been miserable. It's been a miserable 6 years. Yeah.
Gee whiz.
They say time flies when you're having fun. Well, when you're miserable, it takes forever. I think that this was a good move. I've also heard in the NBA streets that he is potentially wanting to throw his name in the hat if Steve Kerr is to depart from Golden State, which I think is a very real thing as well. Chicago. I don't know where you really go from here. I don't know, I don't want this to be the Sam Cassell job. Please do not send a black man in here to try to make a miracle out of nothing. But Chicago, they do have draft capital. I think they got the 14th and the 16th pick this year, which is very valuable in a good draft. But, they also have potentially the worst contract in the NBA and Patrick Williams. So I don't know exactly what to do there. They're got a lot to figure out. Moving on, in good news for a bad team. Milwaukee Bucks were able to sign Taylor Jenkins after Doc Rivers last week departed from the Milwaukee Bucks. This was the first domino to fall. This is the best coaching asset that was available. I think that there are quite a few teams that dropped the ball by not going after him and not making a move first. I think that Taylor Jenkins is a very good coach. I do think that the Bucks situation is pretty terrible. I don't know how you navigate out of it. And for a guy who was with the Memphis Grizzlies before until it fell apart, taking over this job and not really knowing what this roster is going to look like is a big risk. I think that he may have played his cards too soon because they're literally in a fight with Giannis and the entire world knows it. So they're negotiating from a place with no leverage at all. And they're going to get robbed, potentially by the Atlanta Hawks or a myriad of other teams. The Buzzards are out. The Vultures are out, and they're looking to pick over and get get Giannis for nothing.
Billy Donovan out of Chicago. I'm not surprised that he's out of Chicago. I was surprised that he left so late. I for sure thought he was going to throw his name in the North Carolina hat, and it just didn't happen. Going to Golden State would be interesting. I always thought Billy Donovan was waiting on the perfect job, but it just seems like he was just really just kind of chilling. Like there were really no expectations in Chicago, and now you kind of got your pick of where you want to go. You got to be the best coach out there.
Now, I mean, I don't know how available Tibbs is. Billy Donovan is. I think that the Pelicans should be interested. The only thing there is the Zion Williamson contract, I think, is nuclear. But outside of that, you got bare bones of a really good team, and potentially could make that team into something, even though it's a tough West.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where he goes. I'm not interested to see what happens to Chicago. They have Chicago looks like, I mean, it's nuclear. They're gonna blow it up. They're gonna keep the two. Gideon Buzelis. I think they may have one more person they may keep. Then they got somebody they just drafted that they like. But everybody else,
Noah Singh.
Yeah,
I think that's who it is.
Everybody else I would be selling. So par for the course, whatever. Chicago, I mean, it is what it is. Taylor Jenkins, though, I disagree with you in the fact that he signed. I don't think if he would have a terrible agent if he decided to go to Milwaukee without having some type of explanation of what they're going to do.
How you gonna have explanation what you can do with Giannis still there?
Well, I mean, what are you going to do with Giannis? Like, if it were me and I were Taylor Jenkins, I would want to know, are y'all willing to move on from Giannis? What is the plan going forward? Are we trying to pay Giannis? Is Giannis the guy? Remember, Taylor Jenkins is a defensive coach, right? So are you trying to trade Giannis, or does he have a no trade contract, no trade clause?
Giannis is gone, and the rest of his family gone.
Well, then yeah, so then you starting from zero. So
no, you starting from negative. You still got to pay Dame to be a Blazer.
Yeah, but everybody else can go. So if Giannis out of there, Bobby Portis is on the first thing smoking. He's out of there. I'm keeping Ryan Rollins. And
Bobby Portis is the guy who I'll be trying to keep.
I'm trying to create as much cap space as possible. What is Bobby Portis going to do there? There's nothing to. It wouldn't behoove Bobby Portis to stay there. I'd expect Bobby Portis to leave.
I agree, but I mean, I think,
and you could probably get some good draft capital from him because he's on a affordable deal, right?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, he shot like 40% from three last year. I think that. Yeah, like.
Well, come on, Mr. Sell High, NBA 2K, Norwood 2K.
I 1,000%.
34, ain't he? Get him out of there.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you got to find somebody to take Miles Turner in that contract. This man, it ain't.
How many years left on Miles Turner contract? 2?
It just started.
Pause. Necessary. You might have to stomach that one. Like that's. I mean, unless you attach a pick to it, which is counterproductive.
But that's what I'm saying. You already got 3 or 4 more years of paying Dame $20 million. Then you got to pay Miles Turner for 4-year 100. You got 3 more years, I think. That's $47 million in bullshit and ghost. Yeah, you got 26, 27, 28, because that's a player option he's for sure going to pick up. Who gonna take that?
Yeah, but that once he pick it up, that'd be a signing trade because that's the expiring.
Yeah, but I mean, at worst, you still have 2 more years, and then you could trade him in the 3rd year of a guy who gets out rebounded by Josh Hart. I wouldn't have took this job.
Well, it didn't seem like a lot of other teams were breaking down his door. So I mean,
sometimes you gotta wait, man.
Didn't he wait all year? He got fired last year.
Yeah. I'd have waited.
But, I don't know what Milwaukee's doing. It's fitting that both of these teams have made moves with no clue of their future. Because each team, I can tell you, I don't really know I know what they're trying to do. Well, I know what Chicago's trying to do. I don't know what Milwaukee's doing. Once you get Giannis off the books, maybe you can figure it out.
But see, that's the part which is crazy to say is the Bulls at least are closer to the end of their fuckery. And they only really have that stupid Patrick Williams contract to deal with. You got to deal with this ugly situation with Giannis. You got to try to flip Miles Turner. You got 3 more years of waive and stretch Dame. And then you're in the market where nobody wants to come. Psh. Oh, and you got to wait to see what the Atlanta Hawks get in the draft. Now the thing is they will probably end up with like the 12th or 14th pick in the draft, which might be okay, but you got to watch the draft pick you really want. Go to somebody who's already doing better than you.
And they're not one draft pick away. So.
Hell no. They ain't one miracle away, let me tell you.
They need to go take a class with Danny Ainge. Just figure it out.
Oh, man. Everybody. Now, that boy is a robber. But in more important Atlanta Hawks news, back-to-back most improved players, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is your 25-26 NBA most improved player. I've said all season, I think that he deserves it. Congratulations to the Timberwolves for giving us one of the absolute best players that we've had in a long time. And he is on a fantastic $14 million a year contract. Talk about stealing. Thank you kindly. Appreciate you.
Well deserved, man. Well deserved. Making not only the Timberwolves look crazy. Well, damn. Making everybody look crazy. Remember, he was on New Orleans. He was in Minnesota.
Utah.
I think he was on Utah. Utah don't count because Danny Ainge was Danny Ainge. But he was on all them the other 2 teams were actually, he's 27. He came in at what, 21? 6 years, 7 years?
Now
7 years ago. Yeah, that's Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, he was on there when they were going to the playoffs with Rudy.
I don't charge those guys or the Pelicans the same way because he's kind of said it himself. I had to transition. I had to find my role, and it took me a little bit longer. The only team that I think should really be looking like what the fuck is the Timberwolves, because this is the guy you absolutely needed. And the only thing that's really saved you from looking like a real damn fool is that you are able to shake down the Chicago Bulls for Ayo Dosunmu. And he's come right on in and been the saving grace over there. But, I mean, imagine if you were able to have signed, especially at this contract, $14 million a year for Nickeil Alexander-Walker is an absolute steal. And if you would have had Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Anthony Edwards, and Ayo Dosunmu, let me tell you, you'd have been cooking with gas.
Yeah, they kind of chose Dante over him, if I'm not mistaken. So
I think that was a terrible decision that will be regrettable for a very, very long
soon
time.
When we talk about it. But yeah, shout out to Nickeil, man. You know, I think he had a 12-point increase, 11-point increase. He's up at least 50% increase on literally every stat he's had. He is a catalyst for us. He understands his scoring role. He's a good team player. Wildly mature. I've watched a lot of interviews recently. He's wildly mature. So
that's the part that I think is most valuable for him. But besides him being way more of a bucket than anybody actually knew, is his maturity. Him and CJ McCollum have really been able to have that leadership role for the Atlanta Hawks. So Jalen may be Jalen can still be the face of the franchise, but you also have 2 guys who are very capable on offense, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's also very capable on defense, to hold you down, to make big shots, to prop you up on the days where you don't have it. And once again, this is an Ansi Saleh slam dunk. He went and got this guy early, very early. And we thought he was going to be good. We were thinking maybe 6th man of the year. He came here and showed y'all he ain't playing. Congratulations.
Got Trey up out of there.
Yeah. Next up, this is going to be one we'll probably see for the next 30 years. Victor Wembanyama, first ever unanimous defensive player of the year. Well deserved. I think he had 7 blocks in the last playoff game. He is a world beater. I think that by the time it's said and done, they will probably name this the Victor Wembanyama Defensive Player of the Year award. He's going to win this 10 more times if he can stay healthy.
Yes, over. There's nothing you can do. You can only pray that he is hurt when he plays against you. I saw him guard the center, tip a free throw line jump shot, roll on the pick and roll, and then still get out and contest a 3-point shot. At that point, there's nothing. That means he covered literally every space of the floor. There's nothing you can do. And we were talking about Giannis earlier. Why not? Y'all got picks. Y'all got players. Let me tell you, and I know it's not going to happen, but it's fun to think about. Giannis and Wemby in the paint with Stephon Castle at the top of the key.
And Carter Bryant running around there somewhere too.
Carter Bryant floating. What? You might see the first 0% paint game if that were to happen. But in all honesty, man, and getting back in all seriousness, man, Wemby is a beast. It was interesting how he called out the refs. I mean, called out the league when he was hurt. When he got the concussion. But I don't just physically, I don't know if anybody can actually challenge him for Defensive Player of the Year because one, it's a big man award. Dyson should have won it last year. But at this point, he's averaging like 2 steals. He's averaging like almost 2 steals a game. He's averaging like 5 stocks.
Yeah,
5 blocks of steals a game.
Sticks his arm out. He's all the passing lanes. Then you shoot it. He's gonna block it. He's a damn creative player.
He is, man. Shout out to Wemby.
And I think that he's a lot of the reason that you got Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year. This is the reason that they ain't finna go after Giannis. Is I'm keeping him too. I'm gonna keep them all. And these guys, with the new CBA, it is infinitely more important to find guys like the Keldon Johnsons, the Carter Bryants of the world, to be your filler. Competent players who can do a lot of different things and not cost all of the money. And that's what I think the San Antonio Spurs are going to do. They got Dylan Harper. They got Stephon Castle. I think that eventually you let those 2 guards learn everything they can from Fox, and then you say, Fox, hey, bro, you're expensive, and we already got 2 guards. You kind of, eventually you're going to end up being in the way, unfortunately. So, yeah, for me, you flip that asset and you either, do what OKC has done and try to, get younger players, or you get or you get draft picks so you continue to have this influx of young, cheap talent to come in to play around Wemby, Castle, Harper, and then the rest of it. I think Harrison Barnes, probably your last year in that position. I think they're going to try to upgrade it to power forward. Luke Cornett's on a fantastic contract, and I think that Carter Bryant is going to come around and potentially eventually be a starter. Then you're going to look at this team and say, hey, man, we still haven't really spent any money other than the bazillion dollars that you're going to have to pay Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, back to Keldon, though, I didn't see this coming. I didn't think he was going to win. I honestly didn't know who was going to win 6th man of the year. I think he won. I don't really check that. CJ McCollum was leading the league and was going to be the leading vote getter for 6th man of the year, but the Hawks had to make a change and put him in the starting lineup and bring Ricochet off the bench, and that basically nullified him being 6th man of the year. Outside of CJ, there was nobody really making waves to be 6th man of the year, if I'm not mistaken, that I can remember, that mattered. Yeah. Nobody in the top 4 seeds. Yeah, there's nobody else. There's nobody else. Shout out to Keldon Johnson, man. First of all, you stayed down. He's been with the Spurs his whole career. They had some rough years. But he's figured out where the bread is buttered. He and Wemby are cool. They're close. Keldon get to come in and shoot threes and run around, and he don't have to play defense all the time now because they got all the defenders. Hey, man,
yeah,
I'm proud of you, Keldon. I'm happy for you.
Realistically, it was nobody else. You had Keldon Johnson, who got 63 of the first place votes. Then you had Jaime Jaquez. The Heat kind of pittered away at the end. Tim Hardaway got 45 votes. Naz Reid, AJ Miller. It was really nobody else.
Yeah, there's nobody. I mean, it's just nobody else, man.
That's
not a knock to you, Keldon. It's just
But this is also the CJ McCollum 6th man of the year. He just played so well that he just became a starter, and then it's like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Derek White's NBA Sportsmanship Award. Congratulations, Derek White. You seem like a very nice human. Congrats.
The Nice Human Award. Good job.
Right. Also, Clutch Player of the Year, SGA. I don't know how he won Clutch Player of the Year, considering that I feel like they beat everybody by 1,000. And
he didn't even play in the fourth quarter, the first part of the year. Like the first to the All-Star game. No, till they played San Antonio. Other than that, he wasn't even playing in the first quarter. So but shout out to you. I mean, he gonna win MVP. I mean, he has been clutch. He's been hitting shots, and then number 1 seed. I mean, I don't. Who else would you pick as being a clutch player of the year? That's such a broad yet narrow field.
I don't think it was him, but I guess I don't really. The whole clutch moment thing, and it's the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, something like that. He's not playing. Also, today, Cooper Flagg was announced as Rookie of the Year. I think that this vote with him and Con Canepa was extremely close. I think it was separated by maybe like 44 points in total. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I think that this came down to Con Canepa not showing up in those playoff games and what lost him the Rookie of the Year. It's very unfortunate because Cooper Flagg did not have to play in those games. And yes, Cooper Flagg 56 first place votes, Con Canepa 43. Con Canepa 55 second place votes, Cooper Flagg 44 third place votes, all 93 of them from VJ Edgecombe. Yeah, it was close. And I honestly think that Con Canepa was a better rookie. I think that he did more. I think that he pushed his team, the team success, everything. I think that this was, all right, let's give it to the guy who is more marketable, to be completely honest.
I think VJ Edgecombe probably was the one that I would have probably voted for. I mean, that team held it in the road. You had Steroid P and Glass Embiid. And I didn't want to call Embiid Glass because he played as much as he could, and then he just had bad luck Embiid is what I'll call it.
But this is the thing.
Him and Maxey.
VJ got 0 first place.
Which is crazy. Him and Maxey carried that team. Carried them. I mean, Dom Barlow, remember you hate that guy?
I don't hate him. I just don't think he's very good. But also,
whatever.
I think that Con Canepa leading the NBA in threes as a rookie should have been kind of open and shut case for me.
Yes, actually. Yeah, it should have.
In this NBA, where everybody is a shooter and you come into the league as a guy that people are like, maybe he's good, maybe he's not. And you literally shoot the cover off the ball, and you and your team, once y'all figured it out, y'all were one of the toughest teams for the last quarter of the season. Cooper Flagg has played, but he ain't played in the game that mattered yet.
Nope. But congratulations, Cooper. You did. I think you were the youngest player to score like 50-something points. Right. Shout out to you.
Where you want to start? Let's start off.
Hawks.
Let's start. Yeah, you're right.
Hawks Knicks 2-2.
Well, yes.
The Eastern Conference actually is very interesting. The whole East, minus 3/4 of the East. Shout out to you, 76ers.
Yeah, it's old for y'all too. But I mean,
that's an interesting series too, just because I didn't expect them to be that good. But yeah,
I mean, you can. It depends on who you are. If you find Pistons Magic interesting, I think that for the people who are watching, like we told you a little while ago, the Orlando Magic defeated the Detroit Pistons again, so that 2-1 is now a 3-1. And it is highly unlikely, damn near impossible, that the Detroit Pistons will come back and beat the Orlando Magic. And that means that an 8th seed, which was an 8th seed that we thought where the coach was going to get fired, is highly likely to defeat a 1 seed. Adam Silver dances. He wins. All of this works for him. But let's start with the Hawks. Knicks.
Hawks, Knicks. 2-2. How you feel about the series so far?
I can't be mad because with the 6th seed playing the 3 seed, and this is one of the best teams in the East, I'm disappointed in the way that Quinn refuses to make adjustments. I think that we could have made adjustments and potentially went up 3-1. Which would have been very big for us. We won the first game in the Garden. It came down to the very last possession.
Won the second game in the Garden.
Excuse me, the second game in the Garden. And then we won the first game in Atlanta. That's the one that came down. Thank you. They came down to the very last possession. And first, CJ McCollum killed Deuce McBride, just murdered him. I think that was a terrible decision by Coach Woods to go all small. I still to this day don't understand why he did that. And CJ McCollum immediately killed Deuce McBride. And then we got whooped in game 4. We got destroyed.
Yeah, this series as a whole, I was frustrated in game 4, but of course, y'all know in the moment, I'm very passionate about watching my team. So I was very frustrated in the moment. But the Knicks have been together for
forever.
4 years now. At least 3. So they are battle tested and seasoned. And in game 4, they turned everything up a notch. Josh Hart turned it up a notch. Cat, they ran a hub through Cat. I was gonna say that Mike Brown out coached Quinn, but I mean he ran one play. They literally changed one play and just out hustled us. And the youth of the Hawks is what showed up in game 4. Game 1, I think, for the most part, I think game 1 we could have won. Even though we lost it. And in game 2 and 3. What's frustrating about this as a whole is because I'm not going to break it down game by game. We all saw what CJ did. They picking on Brunson. What's frustrating with this series as a whole is that we still have the same issues that we've had all season. The main issue being we are an awful third quarter team. Absolutely deplorable. And again, being a bad third quarter team has to be strictly on coaching. Because in the halftime, you're supposed to go and make adjustments. You're supposed to figure out what they're doing. You're supposed to be able to, okay, I'm going to tweak the lineup. I'm going to play this person. I'm not going to play this person. The third quarter, in game 4, we were down 7. We got outscored by 7 every quarter except for the 4th. And Quinn, for some reason, I guess he's lost all faith in Zachary Ricochet after game 1. But to me, you're doing yourself a disservice by trying to coach like Mike Brown. The reason you won games 2 and 3 is because you made Mike Brown adjust to you. Mike Brown decided to go with the all small lineup 2 games in a row. Didn't make any sense. Mike Brown decided to play Cat and Brunson and give Brunson ISOs against a 6'7" guard that's guarding him. And then Mike Brown, you were the one that were dictating to Mike Brown. Once you start trying to match his small lineup with his small lineup and steal minutes with Corey Kispert, but not play Ricochet, that's when the Knicks blow us out. Every time. Third quarter. Every time. So the Hawks, for me, if y'all gonna win this series, one, I do like the adjustment that he did make, which is why I'm pushing back on you about he doesn't make adjustments. He took the ball out of CJ's hands, and that's when we made a run. Quinn has to figure out how to not spam the spin button, as you say in Madden. Bro, you can juke left and juke right too. You don't have to spam you don't have to give the ball to CJ on ISO every time. Every time, you don't need to do that. And Jalen, bro, I know this is your first. I'm not as harsh on you now as I was because this is your first playoffs. This is literally your 5th playoff game that you're going to participate in.
Correct.
As the man. So I'll give you that. But at some point, whether it's this series, if we win this series, next series, if we don't win this series next year, you had to grow up. All this passive, trying to finesse the ball to the rim. The biggest difference that I can see in the playoffs is ain't no finesse, nothing. If you can get to the rim and lay the ball up, they're going to either foul you, which is what the Knicks did in game 4. They're either going to foul you or you're not going to get the call, and they're going to play really physical with you. Being frustrated and getting out of your game where we fumbling the ball and doing all this stuff because y'all are all frustrated, can't happen. If it happens in game 5, the Knicks going to beat y'all by 30. Y'all better get it together for game 5, and hopefully, we talked about the veterans and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and CJ McCollum. Y'all going to have to coach this young team. And Quinn, please play Zachary Ricochet, even if it's just for 2 minutes a quarter. Please play Zachary Ricochet.
That and that's always been my issue with Quinn is, bro, if you're going to lose, and we were clearly going to lose, let your number 1 pick try to get some confidence and get used to playing playoff basketball. Don't play the starters the entire time and then not get something out of this shit. Also, the thing is, you're playing a bunch of young guys against a grizzled Knicks team that, number 1, they know everything about each of they know their teammates inside and out. And we're getting beat to shit. The ref's not going to call no fouls for whatever reason. It is what it is. I surely don't like it, but there's nothing we can do about it. I know that everybody else wants to say, oh, well, it's playoff basketball. It's playoff basketball. You go to a short lineup. We don't have the team for that. You going to 10 guys will help you out. The guys will be fresher when they are in there, because that's what we start looking like. The third and fourth quarter, where we're legitimately you playing guys who've never been in this situation versus the Knicks who've been in this situation season after season. They're just ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
you need to elevate their level.
So if you're dealing with that, then, yeah, the thing you got to do is play your guys and trust them. You play it once again. I know you hate when I say this. You're playing with house money anyway. Why are you playing scared? Don't make no sense. Let Ricochet get out there. Did he miss 3 shots? Yes. You know what else he did? He got rebounds for 2 of those shots. He was playing with a lot of energy. And we just don't. We already small. We don't know when Jock Londale coming back. So, yeah, we're going to need more wind because we can't out physical this team.
Yep. So we'll see going forward, man. Kuminga, you got to be better. Just have Kuminga go downhill. He took 6 threes last game, and he made 1. I know nothing. He was 0-6. We got to get to the free throw line. Something else that I want the Hawks to do whenever this season is over, whether, hopefully we still make a run, but y'all gonna have to learn how to draw fouls. And I ain't talking about the bitch way like Jalen Brunson does. Jalen Brunson's a hoe. But you got to be able to play for contacts, play with contact and through contact while drawing a foul. The Knicks know how to play to contact, right? They're going to play for the foul. They know how to draw the foul. Cat's going to flail. Jalen Brunson going to beat Jalen Brunson. And they all going to be able to flail and get fouls. You're going to have to learn that, Jalen. You can't just finesse your way through. Dyson have to figure out a way to draw. You're 6'7" and you're more athletic than everybody else. There's no reason why you shouldn't be getting fouled. Kuminga actually has figured it out. That's one thing Kuminga is really good at, is getting fouled.
Right. I agree.
Ricochet, you got to figure that out. Okongwu don't really need to do that because Okongwu is the stretch 5. But our guys that are wings, y'all going to have to figure out how to get fouled and use the free throw line to your advantage like the Knicks do.
But Quinn, you gotta, like, we just run the same play over and over and over. Quinn, you got to understand, you can't make one singular adjustment. Kuminga is not going to be able to hold Karl Anthony Towns forever. I'm sorry. I don't know why you thought that was a realistic solution. You didn't think that they were ever going to just make any adjustment. Woodson playing for his damn job too. So you got to do something else. It was not enough strategy involved. You got to, when they counter, you counter. Now, I guess that he thinks that he just counter at the end of every game instead of making mid-game adjustments.
Well, I don't know. He has a game plan, and we can move on from this, but he has a game plan, and he's not going to move from his game plan. It's cool game to game, but it's terrible half to half. I mean, that's why we're such a good fourth quarter team, because our third quarters are so bad. They're so bad every time. I think we outscored like 34-14 or something crazy.
Right.
It's so bad. It's so frustrating. But let's go Hawks. Where you want to go? I'm gonna let you lead. I put on a list, but you can figure out where you want to go.
I guess we go. Let's go Pistons Magic. Like we told y'all, Magic are up 3-1. Pistons, I think it's all she wrote. The unfortunate part about this is you're still going to have to max Duren because he's going to end up being first team all defense, and he'll probably be first team all NBA at the center. Probably second team all NBA. Wemby and Joker will be one.
Yes.
So yeah, you're going to max him. Detroit, at the end of the day, though, this is not really as bad as what it's probably like. It's very ironic to have the team that ended up in the A seed and thought that they were going to fire their coach because they had one good year and then had all the expectations, and then come in and basically you have 1 year and then you're the 1 seed and you have all the expectations and you get your butt whooped. That's just how the NBA is. The best thing that you can try to do, I don't know how you do it, but you got to try to manage expectations. At the end of the day, you got Cade, you got Asar, you got Duren, and you got to figure out some, probably Tobias needs to go to the bench or go somewhere else. Jimmy Neutron got to go somewhere else, and you got to figure some things out. But overall, just don't get too high, don't get too low. But this season is over for you guys. Magic, it's interesting. Whoever y'all get.
I think the Pistons are missing Jaden Ivey more than people realize. There's not a lot coming off the bench anymore in terms of explosive scoring. Dennis Jenkins, hey, he's good.
But he is what he is too.
But he has limitations. And then, of course, you got Isaiah Stewart and Kevin Huerter, which I think you got in the Jaden Ivey trade. So to me, what this is showing, and then the playoffs are going to show, is that, what I say before, it's like climbing Mount Everest. Like, they say don't climb Mount Everest until you get a physical to make sure that you're fully checked out. Because once you make it to the playoffs, any type of flaw that you have, any type of anything that's missing, and that team figures it out, they're going to press that over and over. And they figured out whatever happened with Jaden Duren. And we know. We did as the world turns earlier. Wendell Carter Jr. is dating his ex-girlfriend, Angel Reese. And so you're dealing with that, and for whatever reason, it looks like it's in his head. And outside of Cade and Duran, I mean, you have Tobias Harris, but against this Magic team who we're finally seeing them play with nothing on their shoulders, carefree. They're not supposed to win this game. They're not supposed to be good. They're about to fire their coach. Franz was hurt. Franz is back. Paolo has figured out that he's now 6'10", 250. And Jalen Suggs is running around being a madman, and Desmond Bane is shooting the lights out from three. When you have all of that, and then you have the rest of these dudes on the bench that know how to play their role, especially Black, and everybody's just as big as you, now it goes from it's three of y'all in Detroit, right? And I'm only putting Isaiah Stewart in there because he can fight. It's three of y'all versus 8 Magic. That ain't, no matter what the seed is, that ain't never gonna work, bro.
Nope.
It ain't never gonna work. They got nobody to guard Suggs. They got nobody. There's nobody to guard them. But they got a SAR. I'm sorry, they got a SAR.
But the other part about this is also a fictitious 1 seed. Celtics are probably better than you guys. The Pacers are better than you guys.
No, I don't believe that. Now, I mean, K did have a collapsed lung for 5 weeks.
Yeah, but if the Celtics were at full strength, they're going to be better than you. And I think the Pacers are going to be better than you. I think the Cavs might be better than you. But I mean, you want it. But it's kind of the same thing that happened with the Hawks that year that we went to the Eastern Conference Finals. People put a lot of praise on you, and then the expectation is for you to be this good, and you're just not really that good. I hate to say it that way, but that's just what it
is. They need more pieces. They need more shooting. That's what they need. If they had shooting, I think the defense would take care of itself. They need more shooting.
I 1,000%
and Duran can't disappear. Duran can't disappear.
But also, this is the first time where he's another guy. Hey, it's my first time ever having to be the man. And he ain't the man because K's still the man, but you got to do it.
What? Weren't they in the playoffs last year?
Yeah,
but lose to the Knicks.
I mean, you're right. You're right. When you're right. But I think that Duran, it wasn't the expectation for him to be basically Robin to Cade in the same manner. I think they were trying to figure out, okay, is Asar going to be able to be something special? He need to go to the Onyeka Okongwu School of Shooting too. You got to figure something out. Like they need more. They need not a lot more, but a decent amount. But yeah, I think it's over for them this year.
Orlando, they're gonna be a tough out for whoever too. If they play Cleveland, I guess we can do Cleveland, Toronto. Whoever they play, they match up with because they're so. Orlando's a big team.
Correct.
They're a big team, and they can shoot and they can score.
That's that top quadrant is all really big, strong teams. Cleveland has given away. Well, I ain't gonna say given. Yeah, they did. They gave away 2 games in Toronto against Toronto. Colin Murray Bulls
gave 4.
Has really come on in a big way as a
servant.
Yeah, who looks to be the new center to take over for Jakob Poeltl, who looks like he belongs below the bench. Cleveland, I thought y'all were going to sweep, if not potentially gentlemen sweep the Raptors, and now you guys are in a full-on dogfight. Now, I will say that I think that there is something good about this because had y'all swept the Raptors, it would have been 2 seasons in a row where you basically just whooped the first team and you weren't ready. You weren't physically, mentally, and emotionally ready to play a tough team. When you get the Orlando Magic, if you are so fortunate, you should already be running hot. And I think that should be good for a team that I think has some players that are a little soft, Evan Mobley specifically. But you got a dogfight right now.
If you can get past Toronto, now Toronto, I mean, they're another team that jumps you 6'8" to 6'11". They got all of them. And they gonna throw him, especially with Colin Murray Boyles now, who's basically, athletic version of the Onyeka Okongwu. And with Brandon, golly,
Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram being 6'11" and not being scared to shoot. I mean, there's nobody that Cleveland has that can really guard him, because you're not gonna put Mobley on him because he's just gonna sit outside and shoot on you all day. And then you have to put Jared Allen on Colin Murray Boyles, who can actually shoot a little bit too, which leaves you with Scotty Barnes. Or you put Evan Mobley on Scotty Barnes, and that leaves Brandon Ingram with Dean Wade, who I don't care what y'all say, or Sam Merrill on him. So there's really nothing that you could do with this Toronto team unless you need Evan Mobley to punish Toronto in the paint. James Harden, bro, you got to be sick of the narrative, bro. Every year, consistent. April, May, every year, like spring to summer, you're going to disappear. Like fall. You out of here. Gone.
Yeah, I guess for me, I think that it more hinges on, like I told y'all when we did the preview show for the playoffs, can Spider get 30 points? Spider gets 30 points, y'all probably can win. If you don't get 30 points, it ain't going to happen. And that's a tough place to be, because asking a guy to basically give you 30 every night is tough. But you need it. You got to have it, because, like I tell y'all, Jared Allen ain't going to be able to get you 20 consistently. Mobley going to get you his 20 and 10. Whoever you roll out there, the small forward, going to get you.
I said they need a 3. That's what they need. They need a scoring 3. But you need James to be James too now. James, you can't have 8-10 turnovers and all of that stuff now.
You're right about that. But James is 20 and 10. That's it.
You're supposed to make Evan Mobley and Jared Allen better. That's why they brought you here. That's what you said.
Yes, correct. But he's gonna be 20 and 10, nothing more, nothing less. I don't know.
That should be enough to beat Cleveland. I mean, that should be enough to beat Toronto.
Yes, that should be enough to beat Toronto. You had Toronto shoot the worst field goal percentage, I think, in NBA history and still win a game. Honestly, it might even work enough against, the Orlando Magic. But the issue is, it's this bottom right quadrant. They can score. And when you're going to need to advance, which would be probably the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't know if they have enough firepower to get past. And if you're the most expensive team in the NBA at the end of the season, they're going to have to split this team up.
The bottom quadrant he's talking about, for those that are listening, is the Knicks, Hawks, and the Celtics 76ers. So we're confident to say that the Magic are going to beat the Pistons. We don't know what's going to happen in the Cavs versus the Toronto Raptors or the Knicks versus the Hawks. But we are confident to say that the Celtics are about to get the 76ers up out of there. Unfortunate for Philly, because they were hurt all year, or dumb, whatever you want to call it.
I still think that Paul George missed them games. Otherwise, he might not be available right now.
What's he averaging in the series? 12? Might as well not be.
He's stealing. He's stealing. He getting paid $50 million, averaging 12. He's not doing personally.
Playoff P.
He's not doing enough for me, for considering you have VJ Edgecombe, who's playing pretty well, and Maxey. You're supposed to be the leader, and you're supposed to be showing those guys how. I mean, that's one thing I will give James a lot of credit for. He really taught Maxey how to be a killer. That's what you're supposed to do for VJ Edgecombe right now, and you're supposed to be assisting Maxey as he takes over as the leader of the team without Embiid. And you're not enough of anything. Not enough defense, not enough scoring.
None of that matter anyway, because the Celtics, Jason Tatum, whatever has happened between, I guess, that week off has really got him feeling well because him and Brown, I think they scored all the points in the third quarter of the last game. Him, Brown, and little man, golly,
Peyton Pritchard.
Bro, Peyton Pritchard's nasty. Like he be hitting, he's crazy. And now the rest of the team is shooting because Derek White is like the babysitter. I play defense and I make sure the rest of the guys get open shots, meaning the Shiremans, the Sam Hausers, the Luka Garzas, the I don't even
know. Quinn, I want you to notice the Celtics play all of their guys.
Yep, they got to.
We got to too. But, I mean, yeah, they're going to play their guys. They're going to be good. And they're going to play tough. We 76ers, it's a buzzkill.
It sucks. I mean, and they got to figure out what they're going to do with Embiid, with Paul George, Kelly Oubre. Like, and I said that when they won game 2, I was like, yeah, but you relying on like Kelly Oubre to be the third scorer because Paul George ain't doing the best. And I was like, now Paul George has been, when they won, he was clutch, but he was still 6 for like 18. But every shot was like, whoo, we needed that. So
right.
I think the Celtics are probably the favorite now. I mean, that's an obvious statement. They're a favorite to make the finals. Gotta be.
I mean, yes, because they're the only team that's done all of their work. But, I mean, you also got to look at, I mean, if the Knicks get out of this, I think that they
may have unlocked something running in through Cat. They may have unlocked something. Cat had a triple-double.
I think that if they can survive, then yeah, because they're the thing that the Knicks can do is they can still play defense, and you can crowd all the exciting whites that play for the Celtics.
All of them.
So if you don't let them get to shooting, then they really don't really have a lot. Then once you crowd Shireman and Pritchard, they're not going to take you off the dribble, even Derek White. Then at that point, the only thing you got to worry about is the two demons. And you got OG Anunoby, you got Miles Bridges. Do your job. You cost me 5 draft picks. You cost me $40 million. Don't come back unless you come back with a win.
You're going to see. But that's the East. And it's a little bit more clear on the West, which is interesting. Because, I mean, you go wherever you want to start. I mean, you can start at the top. It's over with.
The Spurs are going to beat the Blazers. It's been fun. It's been real, but it's over for you guys.
My bad.
Oh, you good. Spurs are going to beat the Blazers. The Blazers have done a valiant job, specifically in the loss of their head coach, Chauncey Billups, and that situation seems to get more and more aggressive as the days go by. Thoughts and prayers to that man. Hope you keep your head up, brother. That one is over.
Oh, I had an inappropriate joke.
Yep. OKC is going to finish off the Suns here soon. It's over. Thoughts and prayers. I will have to say, Suns, you found a way to find the sun in the season after you lost Kevin Durant. I think you guys should be kind of happy. Lakers are probably going to beat the Rockets because Kevin Durant is hurt again. It seems like, I hate to say it, look like he kind of quit on them. And
Kevin Durant has the same injury as Ant.
Allegedly.
Ankle and knee.
Yeah.
What kept him out of the first kept him out of the game was the knee.
They also saying that he might just be good on them.
Well, I hope that's not the case.
Right.
I hope that's not the case. I thought it was the knee because Ant hyperextended his knee, and boy, it looked like it was ACL, but it was hyperextension. OKC being out 4-0. I mean, we knew that was gonna happen. Dylan Brooks tried to do the things that he does, and the worst person you can do that against is Shy. SGA because he just doesn't get sped up, and they cooked y'all.
Right.
Victor Wembanyama in the concussion. What's funny about that is he said he wanted to play the next game, and he doesn't like the concussion protocol rules and the way that the league handled it. And let me tell you, Vic, you may hate it, but this ain't football and this ain't hockey. They take it very, very seriously.
Yeah.
And you should be grateful that you got on the court in game 4, because normally that's 10 days. And they allowed you to come back. Normally that's 10 days. So, but I mean, it's the Trailblazers too. And you needed to come back too, because the Trailblazers in game 4 were up 17 at half. And then there was a 37-point turnaround where the Spurs won by 20. So actually, none of these have been really that interesting to watch, other than Nuggets Timberwolves when they be fighting.
Right. And I mean, now, for y'all who don't know, Joker and Jaden McDaniels got into it at the end of the game.
Again,
I do think that I watched something that Draymond said, and it made a lot of sense to me that potentially Joker tried to get Jaden McDaniels put out of the next game by hopefully getting him ejected, which did not work. But I think that was a wise decision, because Jaden McDaniels said, hey, y'all don't play no defense, and they have not played any defense. Now, the unfortunate part,
cut y'all ass.
right. The unfortunate part for Minnesota is they lost Dante DiVincenzo to Achilles. And then you also lost Anthony Edwards for the foreseeable future with a hyperextended knee, as Reggie mentioned before.
The Nuggets are 22 in game 4, game 5. So
I don't know what exactly happens from here. They're getting smoked today like a Christmas turkey.
Julius, this is your time to shine, dog. This is you. Julius, what are you going to do in game 6? There's nobody else. It's nobody else. No Dante, who's your who is the 3-point shooter on that team. No Ant. It's you, Jaden, and Rudy, with Bones and Ayo DeSumo coming off the bench, which means you're probably going to have to start Ayo anyway, which means they're down to a 7-man rotation. It's all on you. It is all on you, Julius. How you going to act?
I don't think.
I mean, it don't matter, because next week you're going to get smoked. But if y'all can win this, it's
right.
all on you, dog.
I mean, you only going to get whooped again, especially if y'all don't have the opportunity to have not Carl Anthony Towns, but Ant-Man. And I mean, what are we doing here? We playing to lose, but yeah, we can try it, I guess. But I don't know. I think the Timberwolves, you do have to you got to get it done here. You got to be able to beat the Nuggets one more time. Julius, that has to just be, hey, it's me, it's Rudy, it's Jaden McDaniels, it's Ayo DeSumo, and we got to beat these guys one time. We got to.
You can try. I mean, Joker got pissed.
No, there ain't no. What Yoda say? There is no try. There is only do.
Yeah, that's Yoda. Yoda was a 900-year-old demigod. Ain't no demigods on Minnesota right now, big dog.
Oh my God! Reddy said, "You put that in your pipe and smoke it, brother. Because good luck."
We deal with reality out here, big dog.
Right. I think that kind of sums up. We're kind of the West seems to be relatively settled, minus this Nuggets Timberwolves thing, and the East right now is
wide open.
And I think that's kind of basically how this season has played out for the most part. The West has been pretty, from day one, it's been pretty cut and dry. It's the Spurs, it's OKC, and that's what you're probably going to see in the Western Conference. And in the East, it's like, shit, I don't know who's going to be there. Who all gonna be there?
We don't know. You know the Pistons. I ain't. No, I'm playing. But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 228 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Man. I told y'all it was going to be a long episode. It's the draft. It's the playoffs. It's the Braves. It's as the world turns. It's a whole lot of stuff.
Hey, man, if you learned anything today, love your side chick. Unconditional.
And keep your mouth shut. I mean,
that part too. And watch out because the feds is watching. Love that side chick.
No, I can't co-sign that. But
Mike Vrabel is the most
millionaire.
That too.
And he found the one that ain't got nothing. Allegedly was in the same situation.
That man is the most faithful cheater I've ever seen in my life. He loved that woman. He loved the hell out of that woman. He loved that woman like it's his main woman. With that being said, we've come to the end. Did we miss anything?
Nope. If we did, it don't matter. We'll catch it on the next time. 12:50 right. My time.
Also, shout out to Kev. Couldn't be with us today, out of town. Respect to the homie. Number one. More black baseball, more Bravos. Number one, because we're the number one team in your heart, and we are the number one team in the league. Number two, shout out to Kev again. See you next week. Number three, the historically black college university you went to, your cousin went to, the person used to laugh Kiki in the back of church. Send some money over there. We got to support HBCUs more now than ever. Historically black college university in your neighborhood, the one you go to for homecoming, step shows, to be around your people. Send some money over there. You drinking up all the liquor, you eating up all the chicken. Least you could do is make sure that those kids have what they need. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We only ask for $18.68 on behalf of the year that university was founded. And congratulations, new football coach, new basketball coach, and it's up. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. We at this thing. Adios.
Peace. Love y'all.
Arrivederci. Peace.
Like, follow, subscribe.